14. What's up, I-90 Sports Nation? What is up, guys? What is going on? Welcome back to episode 14. We brought some special guests along with us today, me and JD. We got Coach Dante underneath. What's up, Coach? How you doing, brother?
What up? What up,
Thanks for
body
coming on,
man?
man.
Baby man, it's an honor
And then we
to
got
have you guys.
our good
to have
old.
you guys invited me.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on, man. We
Appreciate
appreciate
you,
you
man.
coming on. Thanks for joining us. And then we got our previous friend from before, Ross. What's up, bud?
Hey, just enjoying the Yankees taking that large L for consistently 12 years. So this will be my background and my photo for the rest of the show.
That's awesome. That's a good meme.
Any day the Yankees take an L is a good day.
No doubt.
But let's
No,
so we're gonna jump right into this one. JD, let's start off with your Bears, brother. They win big against the Raiders, dude. 20-9. The crazy part about it is if you look at the stat line, it doesn't tell like the story of the game. You guys, I think the biggest, because it's not impressive. It's not like overly impressive and jump out at you like, wow, they dominated the game.
True.
But the biggest part that I took out of it, at least from watching
The defense?
the all 22, at least from watching the all 22,
Yes.
you guys made the plays when you needed to. You made the
Yes.
important plays when you needed to keep
Huge.
drives going, and
it was
to
quite a game.
score. Like, yeah, like you. That's the biggest thing that I think I took out of the game, at least from watching the all 22. Like, they just made plays when they needed to keep drives going, and just in big moments, they Fields, and whether it was the offense or the defense coming up big,
Huge.
you just did what you had to do to win, and that was sometimes that's all you really need to do. But I want to get your thoughts on it.
Gladly. Oh man, it was a game. I mean, this whole week. I mean, it's Packers week now, but let's talk about that first. But man, it is great to be a Bears fan right now. It is probably the best time to be a Bears fan that we've had in maybe a decade or more, less, something like that. It's been a long time since it's been this great to be a Bears fan. That game was a huge. Matt Nagy talked about it after the game, and he gets a lot of grief, and he takes it up right on the chin. So I'll give it to him. Give him a little bit of credit there. He takes a lot of grief, and he gets it right on the chin, even from me, even for everybody. But this guy, he said it best. It was a huge team victory. Every single guy, from the punter to the quarterback to the offensive line, defensive line, everybody stepped up. The linebackers were obviously phenomenal. They always are. I think it was poetic justice that Khalil Mack, and I'm not going to talk about a lot of different things, but I think it was poetic justice that Khalil Mack got John Gruden. It was one of the reasons that John Gruden got fired. I'm sure there's a myriad of other reasons, a million reasons, but just giving him a nice old slug. You know what I mean? Because you traded me, you didn't believe in me. Khalil Mack just coming back to Las Vegas and giving him a nice old punch in the chin. That was great to see. The Raiders could have been better. The Raiders didn't play very well. They executed poorly. But I think that had a lot to do with the Bears defense. The Bears defense came out there. They were incredibly violent, incredibly physical. They were strong up front. And overall, I would say it was a huge team win. Justin Fields, you could see, man, some of those hits he took, this guy is an Iron Man.
They were hitting him, man. They were no joke. They were going after him. They were
this
going
guy
after
tough
him.
as nails. But I want to know what you guys think. I just that's my first initial thoughts, is that Justin Fields is tough as nails. He belongs in Chicago. I was watching a documentary about Jim McMahon, and I'm like, man, Fields has a lot of those same just I don't give a crap qualities. I'm gonna win. He's a winner. I like winners. So let me know what you guys think about that.
I told you, dude, the biggest takeaway that I had was that you guys just made plays in big moments that mattered. You made the plays that you made. So as a coach, I used to tell my players, a football game is decided in 5 plays. You don't know which 5 plays those are going to be, so you got to play the whole game.
Damn,
that's why
true.
you play 100% the whole game, because it's a handful of plays that determine a game. It's not, it's literally 5 plays, but those could be scattered throughout the entirety of the game. So you have to play the whole game.
It's not about the stats.
Yeah, no, it's you have to make plays in big moments, in big spots,
Give it up to the Raiders. They were actually pretty good. It's just that our defense was so good. That's what I think, at least. I think the Bears defense was unreal. They're underrated, I think, a little bit from the mainstream media. They don't get talked about like the Niners and a bunch of these other guys. The Bears defense is here to stay right now, man. They're legit again.
Now, I want to kind of break it down into the offense and defense. So we'll separate them out first. Once again, the rushing attack for the rushing for the Bears. Again, Montgomery, clearly one of the best offensive weapons you guys have.
Well, he was actually hurt this game. Can you believe that?
Oh, no, that's hurt. Right. Who was taking his place? Who was
that running back room is amazing. It was Herbert and Williams were running the ball, and now Williams.
Herbert. My mistake.
Yeah. Herbert was ridiculous. You're right. He was insane, and he has a similar number to Montgomery. So if you're watching that 22, I could see what he those bursts up the middle, man. Herbert is dangerous. He's like the third string guy, but he is dangerous.
Well, we talked about it too. Once again, the center and both guards, the interior of your line played really well, dude.
You're right. Well. I was actually going to say that you're spot on about that, even more than I was. Like you called that before. The interior line really does move guys around.
And they used like a lot of Herbert's, a lot of the rushing attack was straight at the Raiders. It was right up the middle. It was with pulling guards. You know what I mean? It was in tight. It wasn't around the edges. It was in tight and right. And that's kind of like old school Chicago Bears football, just
absolutely
beat you into the ground with the run game and then be physical at, on defense and just beat you up on D. That's kind of that old school Chicago Bears mentality.
No, we were daring the safeties to step up. We were forcing the safeties to step up. And the safeties, they didn't know what to do in that game because you got Herbert bursting up the middle. You got Williams on the outside, like catching all these screens from Fields or just taking it on the outside on a nice pitch. He was really good. Williams was really good. And it sucks because now he's sick. He has protocol. I'm not going to say the magic words for everybody, but he's got protocols right now. So he can't
Williams
play.
Is going through the health and safety protocol?
Exactly. Yep. He's sick. So he can't play next week against the rival Packers. So that'll be a whole other thing.
You still have Herbert though, right? Herbert's still
got Herbert. Got Herbert. It sucks though. But I want to know Dante and Ross's opinion on who wants to start. We want to start with our guest.
Let's go to Coach first. He's smart.
We'll go with the guest of the afternoon.
Let's do it.
Coach Dante, what do you think,
brother?
What
do you think about
Bears?
I mean, the only thing I question about the Bears, the quarterback situation, if Andy Dalton, that's the only thing I question about the Bears. But I to be honest with you, throughout the whole draft process, I thought Justin Fields was probably the best quarterback in that draft. And you're seeing how Trevor Lawrence is doing right now. You're seeing Zach Wilson looks a mess right now in New York. I'm starting to think that became the new Cleveland Browns for quarterbacks. That's what I'm starting to think. And I always thought Justin Fields was very good in Ohio State. At Ohio State, I thought he was the best quarterback in this draft. I like the running back, Montgomery. If Matt Nagy uses him more, give him the ball more, he's a great back. Catch out of the backfield. And I love this defense. I love this defense for Chicago. I thought that's what kept the Bears relevant last year. And the Saints had a horrible time scoring on them even in the playoff game. The problem was just the quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky. But now I know he's happy in Buffalo. Was it Matt Nagy? Was it Mitchell Trubisky? I'm not sure what it was. I can't answer that. I believe JD, you can answer that question, which one it was. But I'll say that was a huge win, man. And the Raiders was explosive on offense. They were good. They have two good backs, Jacobs, and the Bears just went in there and just shut them down, man. And I'll say the only weapon that I see the Raiders exploiting is Darren Waller. The Bears took him out of the game, and you take him out of the game, you pretty much take with no running game. They haven't ran the football yet well this year. With no running game, I don't see how the Raiders can beat pretty much anybody. And the Chicago Bears done a great job. That offensive line was doing a great job. Robinson, they made the plays when they needed to make, like Bobby said, down the stretch. They wanted it more. And I'm happy for Khalil Mack because that man deserved his money in Oakland. And John Gruden just straight up disrespected him and
True.
kicked him out the door like it wasn't nothing. So I'm just happy for Khalil Mack and the Chicago Bears, man. So again, Aaron Rodgers still, I think they're vulnerable than ever. And I think Chicago has a great chance of beating them this year and at least taking a split with them this year. I think Chicago, with that defense and Justin Fields keeps getting better and better every single day, I think the
True.
Bears team can be scary.
Before I respond to that, I don't know what Ross thinks too.
Dude, like straight facts right there. Like again, like my only general complaints about the Bears on the things is very similar to what the Patriots are going through, at least on the first note. Like for me, the one thing I looked at was penalties. You know, it's like you got to tighten up those things. You know, like the stats on the penalties was not a good stat line. You lost 70 yards for 8 penalties. Like again, you know, it's got to be tighter than that. You know, with an organization like that, you got to kind of tighten things up. Especially with the fact is you guys are already a little behind the game because you're switching out quarterbacks and everything else.
True.
The third down production was down. It is what it is. You know, I know you guys had some problems on that O-line, but your defense was absolutely dominant, like Coach was saying. It was stupid. Like, it's just
it was really great.
You caused 5 punts. Let's see. You guys caused 4 punts and 3 sacks, and I'm not even going to go in the amount of tackles. You know.
Yeah.
And then your rushing attack. Like your rushing attack, 143 all-purpose yards on the rush. Like the rushing saved that game. If you guys got stopped on the run, it would have been a really, really hard matchup for you. But
true, very
you guys
true.
made everything work. I like where this team is going. I don't like Nagy as much. I think honestly there might be a time to part ways at some point. That's just my personal opinion. But I'm seeing a lot of positives from the Bears, man. You know.
There are a few things. No, I agree with you. You guys both make really good points that I want to hit on because that's a very interesting. And like there are like back when we lost to the Browns, we got completely pulverized. The tackles were playing like crap. Now Jason Peters, after that last game, he's like swagging on Twitter and stuff like that. He doesn't care. He's just like, man, I'm the best left tackle in the league. I'm like, bro, you got dominated by Myles Garrett a few weeks ago. Shut your ass up. But anyway, regardless of that, because I made a video. We made a video. We talked to Joshua Sports here about this, about should we trade Khalil Mack. And when I said that, I was very clear. I don't want to trade him. But is this team trash?
Someone would have to bring you an offer that like you literally couldn't say no to.
This game has proven me. We don't need to trade him. He can stay right where he is. Fields is the guy for the long term. We can get this done. And I think the moment that hit me, and I think it hit all the players and the coaches and everything, that Fields is the leader, although I feel like it should have hit him earlier. That Fields is the leader of this team, though, is when he hyperextended his knee. He was out. Dude, that looked terrible. When I hyperextended my knee, let me tell you this, dude. I was out for like 2 weeks in sports. Like, I was on crutches for 4 days. I was icing myself every day. That hurt like hell. This dude is out for 3 plays. 3. 1, 2, 3 plays, and he's back in the game. He's hyped, ready to go. Everyone's asking about it. Yeah, it hurts. Yeah, it hurts, but I'm the leader of the Bears, dude. I only have one chance in life to do this. Fields is locked in, bro. So everyone knows it now. The coaches can get behind him. And here's what I'll say about Matt Nagy. You make a good point. His leadership, very wishy-washy over the last 5 weeks. It has been. We can't hide from it. It has to be addressed. But here's what I'll say. He hired 2 really, really good. Okay, whoever hired those 2 offensive coordinators should keep their job, in my opinion. Or, excuse me, not offensive coordinators, both the coordinators, the defensive and the offensive coordinators. Like Sean Desai, everyone loves him. He's amazing. And then Bill Lazor seems to be doing a very good job. So that's my opinion. But Bobby, what do you think, my man?
I told you, man. I think you made plays when you had to on both sides of the ball to win the game. That's all that I. That's that. I mean, this. Like I said, the stat lines aren't impressive. They're not like um, they're not like they're not like pop. They're not really like impressive. It's just when you make play, you guys just ground it out.
No, I'm with you. I really hope Montgomery is back next week, because he's the engine that could, man. That guy, you can ride him like a horse. He can do anything. So I'd love to have him back.
It also showed you that the rest of your running back room is pretty good.
It's damn good, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Ryan Pace, whoever's making these decisions, they can't be all bad. Yes, are they bad in the media? Yes, Matt Nagy is a dummy in the media. He says a lot of dumb stuff. He talks way too much. But I don't know. These guys are talented, man. The guys they put on the field are talented. So that's all I can say.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. So let's kind of transfer it over to the Patriots and the Texans. Now we have a resident Texan fan, Coach Dante. I want to get let's just start with you, man. So your initial thoughts on the game? What did you come away from it thinking about the game between the Pats and Texans?
Well, first of all, when we was up 22-9, I never thought the Texans were winning the game. I just really never thought we were winning the game. We were all, and when I go to coach my football team, even though if I see my team up 20-0 and stuff like that, I would never think a game is over.
True.
And the Texans, they played two good halves. They played two good halves. That's all they played. And I thought the offense was stagnant. Chris Moore came out of nowhere, had a good game. He's a special teamer. There's rumors that Brandon Cooks may be on the trading block. This team fights hard. They compete. We had 4 turnovers all last year. We already got 10. That's Lovie Smith, the defensive coordinator. That's him. This defense competing hard. Justin Reed is just a very good safety. But I was even surprised how well we played the Patriots. Even though we lost by 3, the Patriots did run the clock out, and it was smart by Bill Belichick, which is y'all should have beat Tampa Bay. Bill Belichick handed Tom Brady the game, going for that 56-yard field goal in the rain instead of going for it on 4th and 3 when y'all was gashing them in short yards situation. That was a game that Bill Belichick basically gave up on that. Y'all should have won that game, but other than that, we can't run the football. Offensive line can't block anybody. The receivers got open in this game. The receivers got open very much. They scorched the Patriots. J.C. Jackson, their cornerbacks. But the problem is, similar to the Bears, we didn't make the plays down the stretch. Too many 3-and-outs. Got too comfortable with the lead. Defense was tired on the field. Offense had multiple 3-and-outs, including at midfield. The last pass that Davis Mills threw to Chris Moore. I don't know what happened on that drive. Patriots got the ball back, went down there and scored, and Patriots was able to run the clock out. But I'm very proud of this Texas team, the way they played, the way they fought hard. Other than the Buffalo Bills game, where I just thought Davis Mills just stunk up everything. The offense just stunk. Defense on the field too long. But I like the way this team competing, and I like the way David Culley, his leadership, and he has this team competing, not giving up, going hard every single play. We are 1-4 right now, but right now we hasn't played as a 1-4 team as of late. Every game we fought hard. The Cleveland game, we'd have beat them. I thought we'd have beat them, but we had Tyrod Taylor. He was clearly outplaying Baker Mayfield in that game before he tore his hamstring up.
Yes.
He was clearly outplaying.
He's
Baker
good.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Tyrod
So
is good.
agreed.
He's clearly outplaying him. I thought we could have beat the Panthers if Tyrod Taylor was in the ball game, if he played. So
You're right.
other than that, I thought Davis Mills was incredible against the Patriots. Against
So good.
Bill Belichick, a coach that knows how to make life miserable for rookies. I thought Davis Mills definitely handled himself really well and played great in that ball game. But other than that, got to give credit to the Patriots for coming back, taking the game more than the Texans losing the game. I give credit to the Patriots, and I'll say, man, this team fights hard, man.
Yep.
No, I agree.
Bobby, go ahead.
They're a good team. No, that's all I was gonna
No, they let me just say this.
say.
The Texans gave the Patriots everything they could handle. They did. They gave them everything they could handle, man. And Davis Mills looked pretty good, dude. I'm not gonna lie. He torched that Patriots secondary. Torched them. It was a bad day for the New England secondary. Mills was slinging all like they couldn't cover anything. That kid Moore absolutely he torched JC Jackson twice. Like, and I mean absolutely burnt him twice. It wasn't even funny. JC was chasing him down 2 steps behind him. It wasn't even close. Mills, he impressed me, dude. One of the things I saw from the Texans was they don't quit, man. They don't quit. They play the whole game. The Pats just came out in the second half, and they were I don't know where the motivation and the sense of urgency was in the first half, but there was none. And the Texans just jumped on them. They took advantage of that laid back mentality and laid back play and the loose play from the secondary. And Mills just the middle of the field was wide open again, and he took full advantage of it. And I give credit to Houston for recognizing that the Pats came out flat and just when a team comes out flat like that, you got to take advantage of it, and they did.
I mean, Chris Connelly, the play that Davis Mills threw a pass to Chris Connelly. I don't know who blew coverage on that play for the Patriots, that touchdown by Chris Connelly. But I mean, I got to give credit to Davis Mills, man. He's the type of rookie. When I watch him play, he's gonna have some ins and outs, some inconsistencies. He's gonna have some good games and some bad games. And if you're a team in playoff contention, teams like the Texans, Lions, or tough teams like that have nothing to play for, you don't want to play those teams if you're in playoff contention, because those are the type of teams that will kind of rattle you a little bit and end your playoff hopes. But like I said, again, I'm proud of the way this team played. I was surprised the way we came out. And at halftime, I can guarantee you the Patriots were shell-shocked the way the Texans came out and played that game. They were not expecting the Texans to be close. No, we lost 40-0. We lost 40-0 against Buffalo.
The Texans punched them. The Texans punched them in the mouth in the first half. They were scared. The Pats were not ready for that. The Patriots were not ready in that first half. They were not ready at all.
The Patriots forgot they had a football game for the first half. They forgot they had a football game against the Houston Texans. They did not come out and play well.
They did not look good in the first half. Luckily they were able to pull it together. And I mean, the final drive from Mac Jones was just 11 of 12 on the way down to set the field goal up. Out of a rookie, you couldn't. I don't think you could ask for much more out of him, a rookie quarterback in a big spot like that, having to make that, a game-winning drive like that. And he impressed once again. Jones impressed me again under pressure and being able to handle himself the way he did.
This is just after an article came out too. I think it was ESPN that said Mac Jones is overrated and he'll never be like anything like Tom Brady. And then he goes out and he makes a game-winning play.
Nobody's going to be anything like Tom Brady. ESPN can suck a nut.
Got a game-winning drive though out of this week. So
he's playing better than any rookie quarterback that came
he's
out
the
of
best.
The
he's got the best rookie quarterback stats
right
this whole year.
That's probably
he's the
true.
best rookie quarterback right now in the league. Right now.
And I think we all predicted that too. With it's the Patriots. They're going to set him up for success.
The scouting report on Mac Jones when he was coming out of college was that he is the most NFL plug-and-play ready quarterback in the draft. He might not have the highest ceiling, but he is right now, straight out of the draft, plug-and-play NFL ready, which is you could see it. He's NFL ready. He's surviving on the field and making good decisions, and he's acting like a competent NFL quarterback.
Oh yeah.
Ross, what did you take out of the Pats game?
Okay, let me get on camera so I can look at Coach Dante directly. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Coach, legit if you are a fan of football, let's be honest, not both teams played at their best, but this was an entertaining football game. Like again, you guys put your foot on the gas and you never stopped from the first quarter. Again, you guys went risky. You guys just went for it. You went to that kid all day. You guys had 293 total passing yards. You guys literally 21 for 29, 312 yards, 3 tutties. Like again, this was a great game to watch. First and foremost, because me growing up, I watched all football. I'm a Patriots fan, but I love football. That's just me. I've been watching for 33 years, and generally seeing great football, just a back and forth. It was a great football game. And again, you guys have a lot to be proud of, especially with all the turmoil that's gone on, all the nonsense, all the stupidity by Bill O'Brien, all that. And then you come in here, you still try to stand with all these good teams in the league, and you always make it an interesting game. You guys have potential for the future. It's just right now you're trying to put the pieces back together. One of the biggest things I got to say to you is you guys have a future. It might not be right now playoff bound, but again, you have some amazing pieces on that team that people are just sleeping on.
That kid Moore impressed the hell out of me. He torched JC Jackson twice. And I mean torched him. Like JC was 3 steps behind him trying to chase him down. It wasn't even funny.
Bill O'Brien is an absolute joke of a head coach. In a general manner, he's a goddamn joke. That's what Bill O'Brien is right now. And I'll say again, man, I'm proud of the way this team played. And I'm shocked in Chris Moore. Chris Moore played pretty much his whole career on special teams with the Ravens. He played pretty much his whole career on special teams. So he's actually not known as a wide receiver. Chris Connelly is a guy that considered as not getting open, has a hard time getting open. Well, he didn't have a hard time getting open last week against the Patriots because someone blew coverage on that play. I don't know who it was. Someone blew coverage on that play because
Dante, they blew coverage all afternoon, bro.
Hey, Chris,
they blew coverage all afternoon.
The only thing that was covered up when Davis Mills threw that ball, got down the goddamn sideline, and Chris Moore catches that football. That was an awesome catch by Chris Moore on the sideline, going up with 2 hands. That was an awesome catch, but Chris Moore.
I thought that flea flicker from Ingram was crazy.
Yeah.
And you guys had a great game plan too. I gotta say, your game plan. Let's put it this way, okay? You stopped our run. First step to beating the Patriots, and then you were able to throw the ball against our secondary. You guys had a fantastic game plan. If we didn't have the ability of Judon rushing your quarterback, it would have been a completely different ball game. And then the fact that Mac Jones had to put the team on his back with no O-line and drive for 231 yards. And I mean, the numbers are not exactly impressive, but that TD pass to Henry, was the only reason we locked up one of the big reasons that we locked up this game. And you guys had a great game plan. And I got to tip my hat. You got us flat-footed, and you almost pulled that off. That was a fun game to watch.
Oh, dude, no, they knew exactly what they were going to do. They came out. The Texans just came out with more energy than the Pats did in the first half. That's what it was. They just came out with more energy, and they caught the Pats sleeping. JC Jackson, had a horrible day. The entire secondary got absolutely torn apart in the first half. It was bad. The Davis Mills and the tech and and that kid Moore and Conley, bro, they tore apart the Pats secondary. It wasn't even funny.
I just love. I was gonna say I just love how I tuned in to. It was the perfect time I tuned in. I don't remember exactly how much time it was on the clock, but the Pats were down just 7 points or something like that. And I was just Pats are coming back and stuff like that. And everybody's I hope so, man. I hope so. And then, they clutched it out, man. It is, I mean, you expect that. You expect that with the well-coached team like that. You expect them to clutch it out. But you're right, man. They almost had him in the first half. I was kind of, I was only watching the highlights because I was locked in on the Bears game. But I was like, damn, Houston, man, what's going on here?
They're not a joke. In a couple of years, you're going to start seeing some big things out of Houston, and especially when that
Get some
trade
talent.
goes in for Deshaun. Look at how much pick power and buying power you're going to have once
That's
he
what I
gets
want to
traded.
talk about.
It's going to be a ballsy move, but they should trade Deshaun Watson because they can. You guys should go to a team like Miami and just be like, just absolutely pants them for Watson.
So Dante, what do you know about this? At least like what's holding him back from being on the field exactly? Like besides he doesn't want to be in Houston.
I think.
See, I haven't heard much on the news on what's going on. Like, I think that's on purpose. I think they're trying to keep that on the down low as much as they can until they figure out what's going on.
Have you heard anything, Dante?
I haven't heard nothing. Deshaun Watson been absolutely quiet, so I haven't heard really anything. And just like you said, I can see nothing really that, like I said again, he doesn't want to be in Houston. He just doesn't want to be here. I mean, he saw the way DeAndre Hopkins, his best receiver, was traded, and he just didn't like the direction that we were going. I would like to see Deshaun Watson gave David Culley an opportunity to see what this team can do. Because with Deshaun Watson, we're clearly a far better team. Deshaun Watson gets the Houston Texans about 7 or 8 wins easily this year.
That's true.
And again, I would like to see what he can do with David Culley. And even on a bad year, Deshaun Watson had 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions with practice squad wide receivers and Brandon Cooks. Basically a C team that was on the field, no defense, and Deshaun Watson was able to keep us in every football game last year. We wasn't a 4-12 team. We was better than 4-12, but the problem is when your defense is 29th in the league and not stopping me out there, can't even stop me out there, that is a problem. When your defense is 29th in the National Football
Like, you guys
League.
should dangle if Deshaun Watson if Deshaun Watson really does want out and you want to like go through with it, I would dangle him in front of the Lions and just be like, because he's better than Jared Goff, and they're going to have a top 3 pick in the draft, and you guys could go get your quarterback if you wanted to.
Yep.
Well, Goff ain't too bad.
Or
either.
you could stick with Davis Mills as a bridge guy. You could stick with Davis Mills as a bridge guy and pick you a number 1 receiver.
Yep. I wanted, if this wouldn't be too bad of an idea, but if you can keep Deshaun Watson into the draft, and really into the draft, if you're not sold on Davis Mills, maybe you can use Deshaun Watson as trade bait for the draft, because you know some teams gonna want to, at the top of the draft, gonna want to need a quarterback.
That's what I mean. Take Detroit's like number 2 pick and just be like, here, I want the number 2 pick, and just here's Deshaun Watson, and I want your pick. That's what I would do. Yep.
Because he's a transcendent quarterback at the end of the day. He's a transcendent quarterback. You know what you're getting out of Deshaun Watson. You're getting a superstar. Is Jared Goff a superstar? Nope. He's an average quarterback. Deshaun Watson literally makes your team better when the moment he walks into that locker room.
I agree, and you could probably get a haul for him. You can get a huge haul if he can just clear these charges or whatever they are, these allegations. I'm not even sure what they are anymore because we don't have any information. So that's the weird thing. It's like everyone just speculates at this point, and he's just a super talented guy on the bench.
I think they are trying to work it out, and I just think they're trying to do it behind the scenes so it doesn't distract the team. You know what I mean? They don't want it to distract the team, so I think they are, dude. I'm agreeing with you. I think they're trying to figure it out.
They want to get him out of there.
Well, they want to figure out what they're going to do with him.
Yep.
Yeah, he's too valuable to just sit there.
Well, that's what I mean. A guy of his talent, and he's just sitting there doing that's a waste. That's a waste.
Can't happen.
So I'm agreeing with you. I think they are. I think they are trying to do something.
But I want to say one thing before we move on from the Texans. And I just want to look the receiving core numbers for that game, average per yards for your receiving core coach, 21.8 yards per catch. Chris Moore, 21.8. Chris Connelly, 28.
God.
Pharaoh Brown, 11.0 yards per catch. Anthony Auclair,
Yeah.
11.0. Dude, like again, if you can get half that consistency across the season, you guys gain more chemistry going
Yeah.
into next season. Like you guys have a really high ceiling already in some factors. And imagine you get a real competent quarterback back there. Like say you make a big move after you trade Deshaun, or you get that stuff going. Like this is definitely a team to look out for in the next couple of years. A lot
Without
of
a
things are
doubt.
changing,
Without a doubt.
Yep.
especially with Bill O'Brien gone.
Oh, thank God! Don't even bring him up. Don't get me started on him. Really thank
So
God.
let
Thank
JD,
God,
let's
right?
throw it. JD, let's throw it back to you.
Sure, brother.
We're gonna go back. We're gonna get back on the up yours Houston Astros Express and travel back from Boston to back into the Windy City. And you guys and the Bears have a big division. This is
Best.
this is
This
a
is
big
it.
rivalry. The Bears and Packers going at it. This is in Lambeau, right?
Yes. Or
Is it in Lambeau or in
no,
Chicago?
no. You know what? Let me double check. I looked already, but I don't remember. Let's see. It is in Chicago
So
this time.
so the Bears are at home. This is a big
Home
chance
game.
here for Justin Fields.
It might be one of the last times we're in Soldier Field against the Packers. Maybe like 4 or 5 more times. So we'll see about that. It's a huge game. It's the hugest game. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Jalen Johnson. They one of the media members asked one of the players, what do you think of the Bears Packers game? He said, first of all, it's the Bears, or what do you think of the Bears Packers rivalry? And he's like, first of all, it's the Bears Packers rivalry. So, it's only 100 years old. It's a century old. So it is a huge rivalry.
Yeah.
The Bears will be wearing their throwback 1920s jerseys. It's going to be completely badass. And, and Justin Fields, you can tell how locked in he is. I was watching some press, obviously. I was watching some media availability, a bunch of it. And you can just see how locked in Justin Fields is. So I'm excited for that. The Bears have it cut out for them, man. I mean, they know what it's going to take to win. They know everything. They have to get Rodgers on his ass. That's how you beat Rodgers.
You have to pressure him.
You got to get on.
That leads me into my next little thing for you. So the keys to victory for you. What are the Chicago Bears going to have to do to beat the Packers in this game?
Yes, number one, get Rodgers on his ass. We talked about that. Number two, and we have the guys. Let's talk about that for a second because we have the guys to do it. We got Smith. He can contain the middle. He's a glue. He's like, oh, you want me on the tight end? Oh, you want me on the running back? Oh, you want me in the middle? Wherever you put him, wherever the ball goes in that area, it's getting smashed. So Smith can contain it. Then you got the pass rush. You got Goldman. You got Hicks. You got Mack. You got all these guys. You don't even need a blitz. You can play some coverage. So Mack alone, I think he's going to have a good game. He's playing through an injury. Not a lot of people are talking about it. He's got I think it's a hamstring or maybe it's an ankle. I'm not sure. It's a lower body injury. He's been limping a lot. So he's definitely not 100%. So other guys got to step up. We got to have a big game from our other guys. And we got to put some points on the board. It comes back to honestly, Fields is going to have a big game if we want to win this game. You talk about this. That'll be my second key to victory. I'll just have two. I'll have you got to get Rodgers on his butt. That's number one. That's defensively. That's the goal. You got to contain the middle and get him on his butt. Number two is Fields has got to work something with the passing game. He's got to get it going because we're not going to have that much running backs. They're going to predict Herbert, that little nice halfback, like that nice little right up the gut, that single back, or even the duo back that we like to do with Herbert. Even out of the shotgun, they're going to contain that. That's going to be taken away. They're going to take that right away because we don't have much else as far as running backs. We'll see if they get creative. The playbook could get extended. We'll see what they do this week. I hope they get very creative this week. Fields is going to have to throw over the top. He's going to have to get the ball out very quickly because they are going to pass. They do have a pretty solid pass rush in Green Bay. It doesn't get talked about a lot. It's underrated. It's not as good as the Bears, but it's pretty good. So those are the two keys to victory, man. Fields is going to have the best game of his Chicago Bears career if we're going to want to win this game.
Dante, what do you think? What's it going to take for Chicago to beat Aaron Rodgers and company?
Number one, for me, this is a big part of the game. People don't think this. Control time of possession, keep Aaron Rodgers and that offense on the sideline. Number two, find Devontae Adams. That's his big play target. In key situations, he wants Devontae Adams especially by the red zone on back shoulder throws. You got to watch out for that. Attack the secondary. It's number 3. Their secondary is not that good. They're pretty beat up on the secondary. I don't know if Jair Alexander is out. I heard he's out. So the secondary is very vulnerable right now. Keep Justin Fields upright. They got a respectable pass rush. Sadarius Smith. They got Preston Smith as well, who can rush the passer. Just like JD said, they're underrated. They're underrated. They're not overrated. They're very underrated. They don't get talked about as much, but they can get pressure on you. And Justin Fields got to make some key throws. He got to make some key throws. The receivers got to find a way to get open, and the offensive line must hold up. But those are my keys. You got to control time of possession to keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. You got to exploit this secondary. And basically, you got a good defensive line. You got to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. You can't just sit there and let him just scorch up this secondary and let him find Devontae Adams in big key situations, because that's probably the best quarterback to receiver tandem that you can find probably in the NFL. So those are my keys to Chicago Bears winning this football game. And you got to have a decent running game to set up that play action pass and that screen game.
Hopefully.
Ross, what do you think? What's it going to take? What is Green Bay? I mean, what does the Bears got to do to beat Aaron Rodgers and company down there?
Okay, so let's have a conversation about the Packers. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the Cincinnati Bengals almost beat them. Let's get that on the table, okay? Second,
Now we're talking.
okay. So at the end of the day, what we're looking at, their keys for almost beating the Packers. This is what they did: 3 sacks. 2 sacks, 2 punts, little to no penalties, and barely any interceptions thrown. Okay, 2. But again, he's a young quarterback, and they controlled the time of possession. Your keys for beating this Packers team, at least in my opinion, is you got to get your ground game going, and then once you get that ground game, establish that mid to deep ball, and just take advantage of that secondary. That secondary is questionable, and if you start putting Aaron on his butt and you start airing the ball out, you can get comfortable with Fields doing his rollout, his RPOs. You could potentially put this. This could be a 7-point game for you. Again, there's no reason you can't, because I know you're better than the Bungles. And again, your third down efficiency has been better than them across 3 games. I mean, the Bungles could only get 5 of 14. Last week, you guys had what? What was it? You guys were.
The Bengals aren't that bad, but I know what you mean. Yeah, we beat them though.
The Bengals, I think the Bengals are a pretty decent team, man. They're up and coming young team.
They used to be trash though.
The Bengals are a very tough team. I gotta put that.
Jamar Chase and Burrow, I love them.
The only problem I have is their O-line is suspect.
Oh yeah.
That's the problem. If they had a proper O-line, those games would not have gone the way they have gone. They have not addressed it, just like the New York Giants and just like the New York Jets. They don't invest in their O-line, and this is what happens. You have a talented team with just, why are they losing? And this is why. I think you guys could take advantage of the Packers. If Cincinnati can almost get it done, I think the Bears could possibly pull it off.
The only thing I want to say before I definitely want to hear Bobby's points, but I want to address that really quick because that's so true. I think we can sneak a win here because the thing is, our momentum is pushing forward. The Packers have been all over the place. They are kind of up and down with Aaron Rodgers' mood. Whatever Aaron Rodgers feels that week, that's how the Packers are. So, I don't know. What do you think, Bobby?
To piggyback off of that, if you can get in Aaron Rodgers' head early, it's over.
That's true.
He's very Aaron Rodgers' head early on in this game. It's over. So my keys to the victory here for the Bears, if they want to win this game, one, I agree with a lot with what Coach Dante was saying. You got to find Devontae Adams and take him out of the game. Don't even make him an option for Aaron Rodgers. I'm talking. Put Johnson on him with help over the top and just bracket him the whole game, And then you have to
that's what we
bracket him the whole game, and Roquan Smith and Khalil Mack have got to come up huge when they have got to make plays and make stops and get Rod like once again what Dante was saying. The best way to beat Aaron Rodgers is keep his ass on the bench.
Yes,
on the
time of possession, and that's how we beat the Raiders. We dominated the time of possession.
So, but how do you do that? You make the third down stops that you need. Aaron Rodgers is famous for what? Extending a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. With a nice touch pass to the sideline. You gotta get rid of those. Make the third down stops when you need to, and get Aaron Rodgers off the field. Period. Send him back to the sideline and let him sit. So that's
get
one.
Rid of him.
Make the third down stops when you need to. Number 2 is bracket Devontae Adams and don't even make him an option for Aaron. Make Aaron Rodgers go somewhere else, because once you get it in his head that I can't throw to Devontae because it's just not there, he'll stop. Aaron Rodgers is weak-minded. He doesn't have a lot of like mental fortitude, especially when you mess with it. You know what I mean? He's very like he's not like no.
You can poke him.
He doesn't have that kind of build. If you can get inside his head early on, take advantage of that. If he knows you're hitting Devontae Adams and it's going to be a miserable day, he may stop throwing at him altogether.
The older he gets, the more true that is. And that's what I love about Justin Fields. Nothing gets to this kid. It doesn't matter if you have a cheap shot. It doesn't matter, late shot and stuff like that. He doesn't care. He gets right back up. He has that Tom Brady in him. I think there was the Brady 6, the documentary. There was a line in there. You remember that documentary? There was a line where it says some guys, they get punched in the mouth and they get right back up and they throw a nice dart pass. That's what Justin Fields did last week. So I think he is the quarterback for the Bears for the next 15 years, and I couldn't be happier with this guy. And I think that this could be the game that just defines his career right here. If you have a 200-yard, 2-touchdown game against the Packers and win, you're starting your Bears career out better than any quarterback we've ever had. You're already getting a statue. Like, you're already getting a statue now. Like, all right.
Yeah. So keep Aaron Rodgers off the field, right? Make the third down stops you need to make. Take Devontae Adams out of the game. That's 3. The next one I would have to say is run the football.
Run the
football, and if you got to establish it early too. Establish it early that you're going to run power I or power football, and you're going to run in between the tackles and absolutely beat the ever-living snot out of those guys. Take advantage of your guard and center play and just stuff it down their freaking throat.
Cody Whitehair has to have like you said, Cody Whitehair has to have a big game for them to win.
Your guards and center have played well the last couple of games, so take advantage of that. Right? They blocked well. They blocked well for the interior line. Blocked well last game. So So my number 4 thing would be run the football, run it and stuff. Go right at Green Bay. Stuff it right down their throat.
Yeah,
and then the last one would be make sure you get the football on the last drive.
I don't care if you have to put a safety over the top of Devontae Adams. Take him out of the game because in bracket coverage. In big time situations, that's who he's gonna go to. Just like Bill Belichick does. Always find a way to take out your best receiver. He doubled him all night. Make Valdez Scantling beat you, or make that tight end beat you.
Because to be honest, right? To be honest, let's be honest, Coach JD Ross, right? Mm-hmm. If you take Devontae Adams out of the mix, I mean, he's got Aaron Jones, right? So he's got Aaron Jones, and then do any of the other receivers really scare you on that team? Not really.
Nope.
No, not really. Cobb,
so bracket.
He has a good day.
But that's what I mean. It's like you can't say, "Oh no, we got to take these 2 guys out." It's take Devontae Adams out of the picture and take Devontae Adams out of the picture and roll the dice and just say, "All right, Aaron, guess what? You are not going to get your number 1 receiver this game. We're going to do everything you're not going to get him. You're not going to be able to throw to him."
And Aaron, all you have to do is literally just glue Roquan Smith to Aaron Jones, and I don't think he'll have a good day. That's all you got to do. Just, hey, Roquan Jones, he's your guy all day. And then, he's not going to have a good day.
The Bears, Smith and Mac and Khalil Mack they're fine. Jones is going to have a rough day running the football with those two guys. He's going to have a rough day. The Packers, I think, are going to have a rough day trying to find a run game against Chicago.
No, I agree. I'm totally with that.
Those would be my like keys to
4 keys to victory. Bobby's keys to victory. I like it.
Those would be the ones.
It's so exciting. I can't wait for this matchup, dude. Bear down, man. This is gonna be a great week.
It's gonna be
down.
I think the Bears and Packers game could be a lot, especially if the Bears come out and punch them in the mouth early. It could be a better game than people think.
I wish it wasn't at noon. Why does it have to be at noon? Why can't it be at Sunday night? Come on.
Let's head back down the pike, back down I-90 and back into Foxborough Ross, and our New England Patriots taking on the Dallas Cowboys, one of the best teams right now in the NFL.
Yeah. Okay. So where we're sitting right now, let's look at a couple things. We have to stop that run. Like again, if that man beast starts running down our throats, they got 201 all-purpose
Are you referring to Zeke Elliott?
Yeah, Zeke the Beast. Again, if he eats, we're in a lot of trouble. Again, against New York, and again, I don't have much faith in this.
Well, he's Zeke Elliott is running. The reason, like, the Cowboys are dangerous now because Zeke is running like 2016 Zeke, like just with freaking reckless abandonment. That's like the guy is just running through people like he was in 2016, and that's scary because a 2016 vintage Zeke Elliott running the football is dangerous.
Shout out to Karam Mawani, man. He keeps telling me over and over the Cowboys are coming, man. Now they're scary. Everybody's worried about them now. Sorry, Ross, I didn't interrupt you.
Oh no, you're not interrupting. I mean, again, you're literally just quoting me at this point. You know, again, he looks like a guy who's fighting for his job. He's not fighting for his job at the end of the day, but the thing is that he's acting like it. That's when he's dangerous. You know, I think it's going to come down for us in general. Keep smart play, no penalty, like keep the penalties down, protect Mac Jones, and stop that run. Because if it comes into a throwing match versus Dak, I trust our secondary way more than I trust our defensive line and our linebackers. Like even with the lumps we took against your Texans coach, as you guys beat us up. Like again, I still at the end of the day feel like I have more faith in my secondary than I do with my defensive line.
I agree, and I think they're going to try to run that ball, though. I think that run game is coming. Expect 30.
Dallas is going to try and run the football. They're going to try and run it before they throw it. That's going to be their game plan.
Let's see.
I agree.
So, yeah, and then we got to see an improvement in play calling. I mean, Coach, I gotta throw this to you because me and Bobby, we complain all day because one, we're old men, and two, McDaniels has left us wanting quite a bit in his play calling. As someone who has molded young men in sports, what do you think about this play calling as an outsider?
I don't think it's very good. Josh McDaniel, I don't think it's very good at all. Sometimes I question our play calling, Houston Texans play calling, a lot of times. Bill O'Brien, he should never get an offense. Well, he got an offensive coordinator at Alabama. That's college because you got all Americans on the team, and they'll run first. But he's a terrible offensive coordinator. When the game is tight, Bill O'Brien is a horrible, just a god awful offensive coordinator. So if it comes down in the NFL, he has to be an offensive coordinator. Trust me, your team is going to be in trouble. He does not know nothing about the game, about coaching a damn offense up. He doesn't know none of that at all. But, I mean, the play calling is suspect for the New England Patriots. But my main key for the New England Patriots, I don't think y'all can afford to get in the shootout with the Dallas Cowboys. I really don't think the way that defense played last week, do you really trust that, especially if the Cowboys line give Dak Prescott time Do you really trust your secondary against Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, those guys? And Tony Pollard has been very good too. That's a 1-2 tandem between Zeke and Tony Pollard. And with Zeke running the way he is, I don't think Matt Jones they can afford to get into a shootout the way this Patriots defense is playing. So again, you guys got to try to get pressure on Dak Prescott. But the number one key is it's not all about it's about getting pressure. The number one key is stop Ezekiel Elliott and Pollard. Stop those two
Mm.
guys. That is the number one key for the New England Patriots. You can stop them. You make them one dimensional. I think the pay. I think Bill Belichick will find a way to stop this passing game if you can just shut that down. That is the number one key for the New England Patriots for me because Dallas wants to run the football before they can get that Prescott started. They wants to run the football. So if you can stop the running game, Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, that will be the key of the game to me. In control time of possession, and again, run Harris and run Damon Harris more, and keep Dak Prescott them off the field. I believe the Patriots have a good shot. If it's anything, I trust in Bill Belichick. I trust in Bill Belichick and what he can do on the defensive side of the football if that running game can be stopped.
I'm looking at one guy that Bobby over here has had like on the hot seat. I would say not really on the hot seat, but he has been calling out, and that's Dante Hightower. If you want to stop the run game, he's got to step up. Am I right about that? Yeah, he's got to step it up because like
Well, he's like you, JD. How long have I been bitching about
few
him?
weeks,
Like
it's been like at least a few
he
months now.
he's been a ghost for a while now. Like, and he's supposed to be the big guy in the middle of the. He's supposed to be the run
Exactly.
stuffer.
You're supposed to be that guy, that dude. You're supposed to be Belichick's guy. So where you at? This will be the big game to prove it. Am I right?
So, Ross, what are the keys to win? What are the keys to victory, dude? How do we beat the Cowboys?
Ooh. Okay, so big thing is our O line's got to step up. Mac Jones was on his butt half the ball game against Texans. You guys had a great game plan for him. You guys sent guys. You guys did what you needed to do to hold us up.
Dude, the
And
Texans were
Matt,
hanging off of him half the freaking game. It was bad.
yep, yep. But here's the thing: the only thing that gives me any kind of confidence is that if if Aaron Rodgers or certain other quarterbacks were in that certain situation, they would have been frustrated on the sideline. They would have been hanging their head. We came out in the second half and we actually competed with the Texans who are playing phenomenal. Like I got to say, first half, like again, the Texans are not a team to sleep on ever. They're just not a team to sleep on. But in my opinion, to win this game against the Cowboys, pressure on Dak, stop the run, and see what our all-star secondary can do, and see if they can make up for the last game where they just got burnt. You know, it's just the problem being is that I don't trust my D line and I don't trust my linebacking core to hold Zeke to less than 100 yards rushing. You know, but that's what we're going to need to do because Zeke is once you get the run game going, the rest of the offense opens up, and especially with McDaniel's calling bubble screens like it's going out of style and off tackle runs that they know is coming. Like, how are we going to beat any football team with that kind of opposition? Like, we're shooting our own selves in the foot, you
It
know?
when he calls two screens in a row. Hey, thanks for becoming a member, JD. Appreciate that,
Coach,
buddy.
coach,
I
tell me
already
about
was.
two
I just had to
screens in a
renew
row.
it.
Coach,
I think
So,
it's because I
so here,
canceled my old
if
card.
I see two screens in a row, it makes me want to reach through my TV screen and yoke Josh McDaniels out.
coach, what did you think when you saw two bubble screens in a row?
Oh my God, that's something that Bill O'Brien would do. Throw two bubble screens in a row. We did that a couple of games. I mean against the Buffalo Bills, and I believe against another team that we against Jacksonville in the first half. I'm just going through my TV, man. Please don't do that. Please don't do that again. This offensive line already can't block. The receivers can't block like that. Please don't do that again. We supposed to be going forward. We not supposed to be going backwards or on the goddamn sideline. I'm like, please don't call that. Please don't call that no more. That's only working if your receivers are going to block somebody on the outside. that's the only time something like a bubble screen or receiver screen is going to work. If the receivers are putting together some good blocks on the outside, that's the only way that's working. Or if the defense sending pressure and your lineman dropping, that's going to go block dropping back. That's the only way that's going to work. But other than that, man, come on, man. I like to go forward. If we're carving them up the field, I like to keep it going, not slowing the game down by throwing screens and stuff like that. Not doing that, but again, keeping Dak Prescott them on the sideline. Zeke Elliott, them linebackers. This is the time. If you're a linebacker, you have to. This is where you can get the action at. You know Dallas is going to run the football.
Yep.
If you're a linebacker,
This is
this is
it.
the time you get your work in and you get your action at. You get your action at when you know a team is going to come in trying to establish the run game. That's where they're going to be more dangerous at. So
Oh, you know they're going to run right at you.
Yes.
They're going to
Oh,
run
yeah.
right
So
at.
this-
They're
this
going to go
game is
right
gonna
at
be-
you.
Oh yeah.
That's
this
their
game
game
Always
is
is
plan.
definitely the linebackers. The linebackers going to get some work in this game because that combination of Pollard and Zeke Elliott is dangerous. So this is the time that the linebackers going to get some work in. And I agree with
Oh,
Bobby.
Jeff,
They got to come up and hit, man. They got to come up and intimidate Zeke Elliott. They got to stop. They got to put a stop to that. And I had dreams about Judon. That man terrorized my quarterback so bad last week. I have dreams about that man today. That dude is good, man. Judon is good. Matthew Judon is good.
He was worth every cent they paid to get him here. He was worth every cent. JD, how do the Pats beat the Texans? I mean beat the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
How do the Patriots beat the Cowboys this week?
I mean, I gotta go. Yeah, like I think Dante laid it out perfectly. The linebackers got to get some work, man. This is it. Like this is the game of the year if you're a middle linebacker, inside linebacker, or just a run stopping defensive tackle. This is it. If you're part of those guys in the front, or even a couple safeties, depending on the formations, just you got to get that work in, man, because these guys are coming at you. The Cowboys' offensive line is not as dominant as it has been in years, but the running game is as good as ever. So it's one of those things, and Dak is as good as ever now. So everything is clicking on the offense, and things are starting to click on the defense for the Cowboys. They're a scary team. The Patriots, the only way, like I said, the only way they're going to win is if they marginally because you're not going to stop it. You got to keep them under like 150 yards rushing, and then you have a chance. If you don't make too many mistakes. But if they go over 150 yards rushing as a team, I think you're cooked. So linebackers got to get some work in.
I would like to highlight a comment right here. I feel like everyone should take a look at this. Can you look at Geese 88, Bobby?
Yeah.
From you want to bring that up? BB is Adam Gase without Tom Brady. Let's
I got it.
Let's take 2 seconds for this.
Damn.
Let's let the guests talk about this first, because me and Bobby are just pure homers, and we're not going to go against it. Let's hear from JD and my coach over here.
You want to go first, Coach?
Go ahead, Dante. What do you think?
No, what was the question? You said where would Tom Brady be without Adam Gates?
Well, he said Bill Belichick is Adam Gase without Tom Brady.
So the premise is that
I disagree with that.
Go ahead.
So what do you think? Do you think it was
that, man? I think Bill Belichick is still a good coach, man. Even though Tom Brady, you can say now that it's all known, it's all put out there that Bill Belichick definitely needed probably Tom Brady to win Super Bowls. Brady made Bill Belichick who he is. I think Bill Belichick is still a good coach, man. I'm not gonna say he's Adam Gase though. I'm not gonna go that far. And Adam Gase should never get a head coaching job in this league again. He's not a leader. He suck as a head coach. And screw Adam Gates. Nobody cares about him. He should never get a head coaching job in the NFL again. He should be banned for head coaching for the rest of his head coaching career in the NFL. Let him go to college or something like that, but he is definitely not made for the NFL. I still like Bill Belichick, man. I still think he can win with the right pieces and with the right pieces. I still think he can win. I think Matt Jones is a good quarterback, man. Right now, he's proven to be good, better than any quarterback that came out the draft right now. I don't think Bill Belichick is a bad head coach, man. I think he's still good, but the narrative is right now, Tom Brady. Hey, Tom Brady went to another team, proved that he can win a Super Bowl. And hey, I mean you have it sometime like that. If you're a coach, you have it sometime like that. Whether if you're a player, if you need that type of a quarterback or something like that, or receiver, if you need that type of a quarterback to make you help you be successful, it works like that sometimes. It's just a business. That's just how it works. That don't mean the man is a bad head coach. No, he's a great head coach. I still believe in Bill Belichick. I still believe in Bill Belichick a lot.
So piggybacking off of that, you made an excellent good point. He's a great coach. And here's what I'll say, Adam. Let's go off the reputation. Bill Belichick is what he is. Adam Gase is what he is. Adam Gase is supposedly, this is what they call him, a quarterback whisperer. Okay,
quarterback whisperer, an offensive guru. That's what he came out to be, and he sucks. He sucks
Right.
at both of them. He sucks. Look what Ryan Tannehill doing right now. Look what he's doing right now. He's got better. So hey.
Well, I think it's just that, like, when you have Peyton Manning, when you have Peyton effing Manning, you don't really need an offensive coordinator. You're just kind of there,
the offensive
to
coordinator.
jazz him up. Like, he's like, "What do you say, Adam? What do you got? You got coffee for me?" You know, like, I don't think that Peyton really cares about Adam Gase's opinion. He calls every single play from the line. Peyton Manning does. He did rather, and he was so amazing at it. And Tom Brady could do the same thing if he wanted to, but I think Tom Brady doesn't like to. I think he likes to go with the game plan. So it all just depends on who you see. The thing is, Adam Gase, to his credit, with Jay Cutler and Adam Gase worked some magic. It was Jay Cutler's second best year he ever had with Adam Gase. But on the other hand, like you said, with Ryan Tannehill, he sucked because Ryan Tannehill is better off play action, and he doesn't. And I don't even know. We don't even know what Adam Gase's philosophy is. We just know he's a quarterback whisperer and offensive guru. What does that even mean? Like, are you just a good with X's and O's and stuff like that? Like, what is that? Are you good at plays? It's very vague. And then when he became the head coach and we put the spotlight on his face, it became very clear that he didn't have that many answers beyond, I'm good at talking to quarterbacks. But anyway, that's what I think of that.
But JD, how many times have we talked the great quarterbacks? Greats. I mean, like greats, Manning, Breeze, Brady, Rodgers,
Yes.
Russell Wilson, the great, Ben Roethlisberger,
best.
like they're offensive coordinators they're coaches with pads. They're offensive coordinators on the field. Like their own like knowledge of the game combined with their coordinators, they talk and that's how they diagnose stuff and how they develop, that's how they can guys like the greats like that can talk with their offensive coordinators and they can change a game plan on the fly like that.
Well, I find it actually, I just thought of this comparison. So Peyton Manning and Tom Brady are very similar in a lot of ways. Early on in their career, he had Tony Dungy, which was a defensive coach. That was what Peyton Manning had. Then later he had an offensive guru, whatever, quarterback whisperer. And then Peyton Manning, early in his career, first 20 years of his career, I should say, had Bill Belichick, a completely hard-nosed, defensive-minded coach who would not give up the culture for Tom Brady even just a little bit. He's like, no, you can't get your personal trainer out of here. Get him out of here. I'm done with that shit. So he is zero tolerance. The culture is everything with Bill Belichick. That's his mentality. Then he goes to Tampa Bay. No disrespect to Bruce Arians, but Bruce Arians is a quarterback whisperer too. He's just a guy. He says, I don't like to stay in the office past 5. He likes to drink like Mai Tais on the beach. He doesn't give a crap. He just likes to talk about football and hang out. And that's what Tom Brady wants late in his career. I think that Peyton Manning and Tom Brady are very similar in that. They just want yes men. Oh, sorry. I just wanted to pass it to one of you Bostonites.
Ross, what do you got?
Fumbled the pass. Bad.
So, again, we got to talk about, like, the Bill Belichick situation. I'm an old fart. Like, I've been watching since 86. Okay? I've seen the team without Bill Belichick, and I've seen the team with Bill Belichick. At the end of the day, and I'll just say this really quickly, no matter what you feel about him, this team has been 1,000 times better than it's ever been with Bill Belichick at the helm. Did everyone remember what kind of joke it was back in the 90s, back in the 80s, before frickin' Bledsoe came around, before Bill Belichick? Even Parcells, like, again, he did a time here. He helped set up the institution we
Parcells and
have
Bledsoe
today.
are the ones that changed the culture of this team. Before
Yep,
that,
yep,
they were bad,
yep.
bad, bad.
Facts.
Again, when you've lived through the dark ages and you can still say you're a fan, those are the opinions I really kind of go after. It's just generally, if you can be there when your team is losing, you can be there when they're winning. And
Yeah.
I've been through it all. And I just know we're better with Belichick than without. And that's just my
I just
purely
remember
simple
I
opinion.
remember when Parcells and Bledsoe got together, and that tandem changed the culture of this team. They changed the culture, they changed the attitude, and they proved that we can win. We can win, and we can win at a high level. And Parcells and Bledsoe together for those years, and they got to the Super Bowl against Green Bay. Like
Right.
they changed it. That quarterback coach tandem changed the attitude of the Patriots from just being this, like, I mean, I didn't see it, but I've watched enough footage of that Bears, of them being stomped into the ground by Chicago in the Super Bowl, and and then they finally get back. It takes them all those years to get back in the late 90s, and they finally get back there, and they lose again, but they got back. Like they rebuilt, and it took them a while, and they Parcells and Bledsoe got together, and they changed the attitude of the team and showed them that we can win. It's crazy. That's all I gotta say. I didn't mean to interrupt you,
Yeah.
Ross.
Yeah, no. And here's the thing. I want to call a quick audible for my buddy here, Coach. And I know we covered the Cowboys, we covered Patriots, we covered the Bears. But what do you think about your Week 6 matchup against the Colts? I want to give you a little bit of screen time on that. What's your thoughts and what's your prediction?
Uh, really, the Colts, they got a good defense. The Colts got a solid defense. Darius Leonard is a monster at linebacker. They compete hard on defense. Their offense is a little suspect. Pittman Jr. has been absolutely fantastic. They're gonna run the ball with Taylor, who I like out of Wisconsin. I feel like we have a shot. I feel like we have a shot to win. They're division opponents. So when you're playing, each time you're playing up against a divisional foe, it's gonna be hard. You know how they play. You know the team. You know the coaching staff. You just know it's gonna be tough. And like I said before, man, I don't think my Houston Texans are that bad of a team. When you look at them, I don't think we're the worst team in football. You make it think about the Jaguars or the New York Jets, who can't get up out of their own goddamn
True, the
way.
Jets are terrible.
Yes. And like I say, I believe the Texans got a direction to go in. I believe this defense is better than what it was last year, thanks to Lovey Smith. I say we got 10 turnovers already. We had 4 turnovers all of last year. Just an atrocity of a defense last year. We're tackling better. We're making plays on the football. We're getting to the football more. It just it's just a lot more competitive. Even though we're losing, all I ask my team, like I say when I go out there and coach my little guys, I don't care we're losing. I just want that 100% effort every single
Mm-hmm.
time. No plays off,
Mhm.
and that's what you're getting with the Houston Texans. They're
Hard
not
nosed
quitting.
football.
They're not fighting. They're not quitting. They're fighting hard, and that's what you saw last week against the Patriots team. The Texans came out, punched them in the mouth. The Patriots were rattled, and then they got it together in the second half. And the Patriots didn't expect the Texans to come out to play like that, because when you're getting blown out 40-0, you're looking at the team and you're just like, this team doesn't have a chance. They just got blew out 40-0. But like I say, those other teams, when you're in a playoff hunt, you don't want to play those type of teams. A team that has nothing to lose, a team that has nothing to lose. That guys fighting for contracts out there. Those are scrappy teams, and you do not want to play during playoff intentional time.
Mhm.
But again, I like our chances against the Colts. If Davis Mills continue to play the way he played, the receivers can get open. If we can just run the goddamn football, for God's sake, we have not ran the football since week 1 against Jacksonville. We have not ran the football week 1 since Jacksonville. But if we can run the down football, that will make it easier for Davis Mills and the Houston Texans. I believe we got a shot.
I think that Colts O line is I mean D line is suspect. I think you guys can. I think you'll be able to run the football on them.
Yeah.
I do.
I believe we got. I believe we got a shot. I believe we got a chance. I believe it's gonna be close. I don't know if we're gonna win it or not. But I believe the Texans are gonna fight. I believe it's gonna be a close game. And if Davis Mills doesn't make idiotic mistakes or turn the ball over, I believe the Houston Texans can make the game a little more interesting.
Yeah. Hey, can I introduce the next news story, Bobby?
Go for it, Ross.
Oh my God. So I opened up Twitter the other day and I saw some gold, and I want to give you guys a little
I
bit.
saw some gold.
This is just again, I know the Packers have been through a little bit, knowing that Aaron Rodgers is going to be gone, and now one of their golden gods is in trouble. Hold on, let's get this right for you guys.
What do you do?
Brett Favre.
I heard about it, but tell me about it.
Okay, so quick lineup for you, everyone who may not know. Brett Favre, the Mississippi Welfare Department is filing 6 charges of fraud, in total of $828,000 in alleged illegal funds he's taken from it. The source is Ashton Pittman on Twitter. I linked it on there. This is not just from like Spike King or anything like that. This is actually being covered by real news outlets. And I wanted to get everyone's thought on this hot button because it blew up on Twitter yesterday and everyone was just running with it. What's our thoughts here? And what kind of ridiculous is this?
So it's a welfare fraud?
Yeah, so he took welfare funds of $828,000 from the state of Mississippi.
So the guy makes millions of dollars and took welfare money. # idiot. Idiot.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Idiot.
Was he involved in some sort of charity and then just like scammed him and never cared to pay him? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I never said that Brett Favre. I think he's been hit too many times in the head. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't paying attention or something. You got to pay attention to your finances, though, man. It'll come back to bite you. More money, more problems. So that's bad. Don't get involved in stuff if you can't handle it. That's for sure. And we've seen it. He does have some. I mean, he's had some issues, but I mean, that's the thing. Everybody's, nobody's perfect, but. Yeah, that definitely is weird.
Something with that amount of money, if you're not going to be able to monitor it, that's what I'll say.
Exactly.
If you're not going to be able to monitor that amount of lump sum of money, you should just leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Don't touch it. But I don't. That's crazy.
Coach, any thoughts on this?
Yup, idiotic and stupid.
STOOPID. Stupid.
Stupid. Extra double O. Yeah, no doubt. That's strange.
Yeah, so again, if you guys want more details on it, but again, I just thought it was one of those funny stories. It may end up to be nothing, and it was just a clerical error, but
still, that's $1 million. Even if it was a clerical error, you need to fire your people who are doing your money, because now you owe $1 million. And
if it's you, fire yourself and hire somebody else.
But that's what I mean. Like that's.
I mean, he's a goofy guy. You hear him talk. I don't know what he's involved in. I hope it's all innocent. But I mean, you never know these days with people.
Some of these guys, let's be honest, right? So this can lead us into like real quick, right? Some of these guys in the NFL, they're not like they get these massive lump sums of money and they just don't know how to. They don't know how to manage it. They don't know how to manage it, and they just piss through it and burn through it, and it's like they don't set themselves. They don't try to set themselves up for when they're out of the league. They're just. And
I think he has enough money to cover it.
When they do get out of the league and they got nothing left, it's like, oh no, Some of these, I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. Imagine being like a 22-year-old kid, 23-year-old kid, and somebody hands you like $70 million.
True.
Like that is a life-altering lump sum of money.
You gotta hire the right people to manage
Yes.
that, in my opinion. You gotta, or at least educate yourself. Like that's
Yes,
that's why a lot of players have like financial classes and stuff they take and stuff. It's like I think that's the smartest thing to do when you're wealthy at all. You should learn about money. So
you should learn how to manage it, how to save it, because
yeah.
That's Coach. What do you think?
I mean, again, man. I mean, Brett Favre is a millionaire, man. He makes millions of dollars. I think it's just idiotic and stupid, man. Just to get, I mean, if you got someone that can't handle your money, why not get somebody else that actually can? But as far as right now, man, you make millions of dollars. You don't need to steal from welfare people now. Come on, man. That's just idiotic and that's just crazy now. Come on now.
Yeah, hopefully it's a mistake, but I don't.
Like
you
kind
know,
of like
who knows?
Tom Brady PPE loans.
Shoot.
Oh my
That's
god,
pretty funny. Yeah, he was taking notes of the NBA who got caught. Yeah, it's just. I mean, it sounds like a silly situation. I would think that he has that. Like, what is that to Brett Favre? What is $800,000 to Brett Favre? Like, come on. Let's be real.
That's like probably like 6 months worth of.
You better be able to cover that. Yeah, exactly. Go sell some jeans and some Levi's or whatever you sell. I don't even know, man. You'll be fine. Wranglers, there it is. Yeah, sell some Wranglers and you'll get that money in like 2 paychecks, no problem. So for sure.
This one's interesting though, Ross. Break this one up. This one's interesting. The next story.
Yep. Okay, so let's properly line this up. Everyone's favorite Twitter analysis guy, Adam Schefter, is finally in trouble. Schefter. So, Adam Schefter, let's see. Let's pop this in there and make it nice and proper for you guys. Adam Schefter decided during the 2010 NFL lockout to send all of his unpublished articles to the teams that he was writing about. And this under this new NFL email scandal, because of the Washington Football Club can't seem to run their own organization. So all these emails came out. And they found that Adam Schefter was sending articles before they were published and allowing them to edit said articles prior to them being released. So the thoughts and concerns there is, well, journalism, for one, being fair and, unbiased. And the last part is he collecting favors because he is, let's just say, screening his content to make sure that teams are on his side and give him early scoops on things? Is that in showing himself an unnecessary advantage?
So let's put it in layman's terms, right? So before he would break a news, to put this in layman's terms, guys, and just simplify it. Let's say he got a hold of some breaking news, right? Somebody leaked it to him. Instead of just breaking the news, right, with an unbiased opinion and just saying, here's this, and this, and just listing the facts, he would send the news piece to the team and let them edit it and then give it back to him, and then he would release it.
Man,
and that's not cool. That's not cool. Like, you need to just report what you got. You need to just report what you got.
Do you want to start,
Coach? I want to start with you. With you. Go ahead.
So, man, journalism, they call it the fourth estate for a reason, right? And sports journalism, political journalism can get very, very much like this in a lot of ways, very corrupt, very fast. Sports journalism, I'm not surprised at all that it's very similar. And here's why, especially with Adam Schefter, because Adam Schefter knows everybody, especially in the NFL. He knows everybody because he's been breaking news since I was in diapers. So he's been doing things for 25, 26 years. Well, actually, I don't know how long. He's been for like a few decades now. He's been at it. So he's made a lot of friends. He's collected a lot of favors, as you said. And I think that he's using his power to manipulate the stories. And this isn't the first time we've seen this. And I think that this happens a lot with these corporate. Pretty much everything on TV has at least a few of these guys that just completely manipulate the story or have other people that help them manipulate the story. And Adam Schefter just seems to be that guy. And a lot of people are looking at you like, what are you, some sort of stooge or something? Like, what are you, like, you're letting everybody else edit everything, and that is a problem because Aaron Rodgers thing.
Well, you never get the true story that way. It's
exactly.
It's all bits and pieces
Filtered.
of it, but never like the true whole story.
And then we're always left guessing why, and then we always hear the story. We always hear different sides of the story come out later, and then we wonder why. It's because of people like Adam Schefter. It's because they drop those stupid news stories, those clickbait headlines, and then they have all this filtered information, and then we only know what certain people want us to know, and then we are all guessing and asking different questions and arguing with each other. It's very bad. And it is like Rick Roberts. I'm gonna butcher that. I'm sorry, brother. Rick, who said in the chat, awesome part of the member game, awesome guy right there. Pseudo journalism, exactly. That's exactly what I think of that. Well, that's not real journalism.
True journalism is giving the full story and the facts. And
it's just
when
the facts.
You send it out to be edited, the team can clip out what they don't want.
Clearly, he's not a true journalist. That's my take from this. He's not a true journalist. He's like a ESPN NFL shill, man. Like that, he'll do anything they want him to do. But I want to hear you guys' opinion on that. And I lost a lot of respect for him, honestly.
Dante, what do you think, man?
I'm JD. I mean, JD said it all, man. Like, I lost a lot of respect for Adam Schefter. Every time he breaks news, whether if it was a trade or something like that, I'm used to believing him because he's the only source, like a source in football that breaks these type of news. But every time I think of Adam Schefter, I think of the Aaron Rodgers situation, what he broke, and he went on Rich Eisen and said that's really not the full story. He just leaked something. He just broke something without even it being true or going to the Packers organization and stuff like that and seeing what's going on. He just leaked it. I believe it was talks between Green Bay and
so he picks and
San
chooses.
Francisco. Yeah, but I believe.
But see, that's even worse. That's even worse because it's like you're. That's even worse. You know what I mean? Like that's the worst. Like that's his statement. That's even worse, dude. When you pick and choose like that, like you're blatantly saying, "Yeah, I'm hanging on to this info." Like that's not cool.
You're saying you're not a journalist.
Yeah, the fact that he takes the news that he gets leaked, right? The facts. He takes all these facts and then he'll put it in a statement. He probably types his statement up and writes it up. And the fact that he even sends it to the team is like,
yep. So.
We the consumer of all this stuff, the supposed news, like news that's coming out, we're probably getting at best 50% of what's really going on.
Right, exactly. So we have to like take everything he says with a grain of salt now, especially with the Aaron Rodgers situation, because I remember he also said Aaron Rodgers will never play for the Packers again. Yeah, he never said that. Or rather, he never said that publicly. If he said that, it was behind the scenes. It was off the record. So maybe he was just frustrated. Maybe he was venting. And you're just going to put that out there and say, well, he said he'd never play again. It's like you're picking and choosing who you attack, who you put on blast, who and that's just not – it's messed up. And he's doing it all for ESPN's ratings, and I don't like that.
Well, it's unbiased. It's not unbiased, and it's
biased journalism.
Reporting for your own personal gain and nothing more.
Exactly. Yeah, it's messed up. That's my opinion.
Ross, what do you think, man?
I mean, from everything from what he's done to his statement, as I put on screen here, if you wanna center that up, it's just a lot of.
Whoop.
Hold on,
Ross. Hold on.
Something happened.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Again, everything that Schefter has said and done recently has just made me lose respect for the opinion that he has or the news that he breaks, because it just seems like it's over sanitized for every team. And I understand it's about image with the NFL. But at the end of the day, when I am at an all-time low respect for ESPN in general, and then he releases a statement like this, it's just kicking the can down the road. It's just, you are what you do. You are the personality that you bring across. And the only thing we can trust is your journalistic integrity. And I think this is a big stain on it. I mean, he's saying the criticism is levied is fair, but he's blaming it on him being young. In no way or would I cede editorial control or hand over final say about a story to anyone ever. But that's exactly what you did.
I mean, yeah, you let
You know
somebody
what
else
that
out.
says to me? You know what he's doing right now? This is just damage control. So if he's saying he did this 10 years ago, right? He's probably been doing this since. And now this is a giant game. JD Coach Ross. This is a giant game of cover your own ass.
Absolutely.
And he's trying to do every bit of damage control he can. Schefter just got caught in a massive, this is not good. People aren't gonna trust what he says now at all. They're not gonna put as much weight when he reports stuff now, because what do we know? Like I said, we're getting 50% of we are, as consumers of what he's reporting, are probably getting 50% of the truth, probably. We hope.
Maybe.
Basically, we get what they want us to know, and that's the problem with journalism across the board these days, and that's why people don't trust journalists these days, and it's a sad truth, but it is what it is.
You gotta just stick to the facts. You have to just stick
Say
to
it
the
out,
facts, man.
lay it out.
Yeah, and it's just not, especially with the sporting stuff too, because that can hurt. Like the sporting stuff. Go ahead, Dante. Go ahead, but go ahead.
I mean, another thing I didn't like what he said when he leaked the Aaron Rodgers situation is just he said it was gonna come out anyway, so he just reported without just knowing what Aaron Rodgers said behind the scenes. Yes, it was clearly that Aaron Rodgers was frustrated, but Aaron Rodgers, you make your question say Aaron Rodgers never thought about leaving Green Bay. He was just frustrated with the organization. That's all it was, and he came out and leaked it right on draft night.
Sweet.
And
that's what I was going to say.
Week.
Ruining the night for the kids.
Yep.
So the chat is saying the same thing. It's like I think everybody can echo Rick's thoughts here. It's this is a bad look, and a lot of his credibility is probably going to go. It's going to go down for a while. People aren't, when something like this comes out that you're editing out like what you want, you're basically just reporting what the team wants people to know, and that's it. It's not the full story. That's not sports journalism. That's not journalism. That's a bad look. His credibility took a massive hit in the sporting world now.
There's a reason why Shams Charania is growing on Twitter and stuff like that. It's because real journalism in today's day and age is just going to your Twitter. Oh, I saw something, tweet it. That's it. That's the end of it. Adam Schefter with all this, I'm holding on to information, I'm cutting all these sources, he's saying this, and then I lay out this big edited thing where he has his say and he has his say. And that's the problem with everything, because you're trying to manipulate us. And we don't want to be manipulated, especially when we're just trying to watch sports. My God, dude, can we stick to the facts?
Give us the facts of the story, and that's it.
Absolutely.
But another question I think that before we kind of push it down the line, if he's doing this, what other big sports reporters and journals could be doing? You know what I mean? You're telling me that he could be the only one doing this? He's the only. He might be the one that before you leave, Pat, good luck, buddy. Good luck this weekend, man. Looking forward to a good game. Good luck, Pat. Good luck to your boys. I hope we get us a good Pats and Patriots and Cowboys
Good game.
Good luck, buddy. Thanks for tuning in and appreciate it, man. But like that, so that's the bigger question to me now is like, okay, Adam Schefter just got caught doing this edited stuff. Like, what, like, is Woj doing this? You know, like he's
everyone at ESPN is suspect now.
He's one of the most well-respected reporters out there. Adrian Wojnarowski is one of the most well-respected sports reporters out there. Like you just said it, JD, right? You're not going to look at some of these guys who report on big, high-profile stories, and we can't look at these. You know, you got to look at these guys with a bit of scrutiny now because it's like, well, if Schefter does it, Schefter and Woj are like kind of on the same level. Like it's you, so you have to be a skeptic now.
You absolutely have to. There's no question. Like how do you trust people when they lie like this?
Especially when it's coming from an ESPN source now, especially.
Well, see, that's the most damn. It came right from a source at ESPN.
There's a civil war going on over there. Like they're mad at each other. ESPN they're going in two different directions. It's bad.
Not good over there. It's not good over there right now. It's definitely not there. It's not good, man. It's not good, fellas. So let's get into the final. We're gonna enter the two final segments that we got for y'all. Dante, me and you might be fighting in this one, but so the Astros take care of business, and absolutely, in my opinion, they wiped the floor with the. I mean, that was light work for you guys, for the Astros. The Astros take out the White Sox and get into the ALCS, and the Red Sox take care of the Tampa Bay Rays in a walk-off style and head into the once again, we're head into the ALCS, and we will face me and Dante going head-to-head, the Sox and the Astros. Coach, this is going to be a hell of a series. This is going to be a hard-fought, hard-nosed, like it's there's no way that this series does not go 6 or 7 games. There's no way. It's both of our teams hit the ball too good for it not to. It's going to be a hell of a series. I want to get what are your thoughts on the Sox going to battle with the Astros?
I mean, it's gonna be an explosive battle. It's gonna be great. We beat y'all 2017 to win our first World Series. Then the very next year, y'all come back. Y'all beat us in the same American League Championship to beat the Dodgers to win the World Series. Then we go back. We face the Rays. We lose to them. Almost come back. And I never thought the White Sox was beating the Houston us anyway. Game 3, Dusty Baker gave the game away in Game 3. Garcia was pitching great. He walked a batter, I believe. Then Ellis Money Grandal, I thought that was a strike call, which is he comes back, he hits a home run. Then I think Garcia puts 2 more men on, and this is the part I thought Dusty Baker lost the game. I forgot who it was he had up at the plate before that dude hits that 3-1 home run. So, okay, he had Garcia at the plate. That's who it was. You're down 0-2. He's already down 0-2. So, at that point of that game, the man already up 2 balls. Now you decide to bring Hemi Garcia in the game when the man already down 2 balls to nothing. He throws he throws another ball. Okay, he finally throws a strike. So what is Garcia looking for now? He knows with bases loaded, he cannot walk a batter. He knows a fastball is coming right down the middle. What does Garcia does? He gives a fastball right down the middle and he hits a home run. The guy's been struggling all postseason long. And yes, I call it, that was a fluke home run he hit because Hemi Garcia was brought in a bad situation when he was already down in the count. He should have just let Garcia finish off the at-bat. And then if you walked him or something like that, then you bring him in. Then you bring him in with a fresh batter, which is after that, he gave up the home run. He struck Hernandez out, Cesar Hernandez out. He struck him out at that point of time. And then from there, White Sox just had momentum. They feast off that. They won that game. So at that point, Dusty Baker, I'm gonna say, okay, Dusty Baker gave this game away. Lance McCullers pitches. He gives up a home run to Gavin Sheets. And the play, the game, the game inning that broke the game. Carlos Correa was down 0-2. He throws Carlos Correa a high fastball. He was able to get on top of it, and that was all she wrote. Carlos Correa, known for getting big hits in the playoffs, known for being a clutch batter, and like I say, it was pretty good all the way through. This team does not strike out. They make contact. They hit 267 the whole year. That's any batter can average
dude.
that.
That's unheard of to hit two to
Yeah.
hit 260 plus for the year. That's
A one
that's
a
imp-
regular
that's
batter,
impressive, dude.
a regular batter average can hit
Yeah, that's
267.
impressive.
But a team, as a team, that means you're making contact with the ball. You're rarely striking out. You're not striking out like that. And the Astros pitching staff is pretty respectable. Now Lance McCullers is out. I think we'll start in Valdez week game 1 and Garcia game 2. I think that's the starting rotation that I
So
know.
let me ask you about that. Like
Uh-huh.
McCullers, is that injury serious? Is that
No, I
injury?
don't think it's serious. I think it's a swollen arm or something like that. I don't think it's that serious, but that's all I know. That's the reason why he got put out the game in the fourth inning right there. But I
So
just
they were
love the
just
way
they were just kind of being precautious with it. Okay, okay.
yeah, yeah. I just like the way this team played, man. I just like the way they hit. The worst hitter is Martin Maldonado, and he bats in the ninth spot. He bats in the ninth spot, but he's out there for defense, to throw guys out on the bases, and being that leader to that young pitching staff. This young pitching staff really showed guts. They showed poise, and I've been very impressed. And I think this is gonna be a great series. I think this is gonna go 7, man. I think this is going 7.
Yeah, no, dude, this is going to be a really good series, like really good. Both of our pitching staffs are kind of are pretty comparable.
Yeah,
Um, it's all gonna be and once again, you guys carrying momentum of taking, you got right down to business and got rid of the White Sox in a hurry. We took care of Tampa Bay. We're carrying momentum in. It's this could be the best series of the playoffs.
yep, yep,
This could be the best series of the playoffs. Both of our teams match up really. Really well to
yep,
to one another. Ultimately it's going to be a matter of whose bats stay hot the longest.
yep,
If we can, you're going to have to put 3 or 4 consecutive games together of good hitting.
yep, yep.
And
And
that
that's
and like you said, like it's very like Maldonado is very similar to Christian Vasquez for us. The
yeah,
guy hits 240, 260, 250, 260 at the most, 250 normally. But he's like Maldonado is for you guys. He's in our lineup because he is phenomenal behind the plate when it comes to calling games for the pitching staff and being able to throw guys out from. He's one of the better catchers I've seen come up out of his stance and throw guys out at second base.
oh yeah,
And Maldonado's the same way, able to come up out of his stance quickly and just throw an absolute laser beam to second base.
yeah,
It's The teams are very comparable, man. It's going to be a really good series. But like I said, both teams are carrying momentum in. Um,
yep.
what do you think? What do you think the Astros' biggest weakness is going into this series? What do you think? What do you think could hurt them if?
If
Uh,
I
anything.
I think the young pitching staff. I think the bullpen is pretty good. Phil Maton, Kendall Graveman, Yahimi Garcia, and Alex Presley. I think the bullpen is solid. But the young starting pitching of Romer Valdez and Garcia, I seen Garcia pitch great until the third inning. So I think if it's anything, it's the pitching. I'm not worried about the hitting because I know the Astros are going to make contact. I know they're going to make contact. I know
mhm.
that they're going to
Ooh.
work counts. They're going to force the Red Sox pitchers to work deep in the counts. They're not going to swing at a lot of bad pitches outside of the plate. They're going to be patient. and they're going to put a lot of pressure on that pitching staff. So I'm not worried about the hitting of the Astros. They're going to strike out every blue moon. They're going to strike out, but they're going to make contact with the baseball. They're going to make contact. Not worrying about the bats at all. My key is the pitching and getting off to a great start. Now, if the pitching can pitch at least a good 5 innings, long enough for that bullpen, guys like Hemi Garcia and Presley, Phil Naton has been good since coming over with Cleveland. And like I say, in Kendall Graveman, if they can pitch long enough to hold off this Boston Red Sox team, there's no doubt the Astros going to score runs because they can hit. They can hit. They got combination of speed, power, and contact hitting, something that the New York Yankees do not have at all. And like I say again, it's just gonna come down to the starting pitching. That's what I'm gonna say. So I'm scared about this young pitching staff, but I'm not scared about the bats. I'm not.
So you're saying the youth and the lack of experience in high pressure situations in the postseason could get to the. See, I was that. Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say. The Sox advantage is that we or one of the things the Sox have to do is get to you guys early. Put runs up early in the game. I'm talking from the 4th and 5th, and prior to the 5th inning. We got to put runs up early, and we got to get up on the Astros early. Get on the Astros pitches early, because if they, we can't let you guys settle into a groove.
Yep.
And I think it applies the same way for it definitely applies the same way for the Astros.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the one thing that worries me going in is that our pitching's not going to make it past the 5th inning because of you guys' ability to work the count. Yep. We have got to either strike you guys out or let you hit into, let you put the ball in play and let us throw you out.
Yep. And we do ground into a lot of double plays as well. But the problem is, but the good thing about it, at least we put pressure on the defense and make contact. That's why I'm not afraid of. So I'm just afraid of this young pitching staff. Being able to not walk anybody. See, that's what I mostly get sick and tired, and that's what pisses me off. When you walk guy, I don't mind them hitting on. If you're a 5-1 or even if you got momentum, I do not like walking a batter and putting a man on base. I'm ready for them to hit on. If you're up 5-0 and you make him, if he hits a home run, cool. Then you go to the next batter. But I hate walking a guy because that's what starts inning. That's what I hate doing, and we do that a lot. We do that a lot as a young pitching staff. We walk guys, and that's what we did with the White Sox. We walked a lot of guys. Gave them free passes. You got to make these guys hit on base, and we have the tendency to walk a lot of guys because Garcia, he hasn't really pitched in a big moment in a hostile environment. Valdez, he hasn't really pitched in a hostile environment moment. Vasquez has done it because he almost won Rookie of the Year. He was 3rd in the voting last year as a pitcher, and McCullers has done it. He won the World Series in 2017, and I'm still concerned. So,
and hey Dante, let's be honest. Both of our home field stadiums, it's a hostile environment. Yeah. It's gonna be tough to win. Like when you guys come when you guys come up to Fenway, like the two games to start off the series in Houston are of the utmost. Like we got to get one of those, and you guys got to win both. We got to get one, and you guys got to win it. Like, because both of our stadiums are hot, dude. The fans show out for both of those teams. You know how Astro Stadium is when it gets packed. It's tough. That is a hard place to play in with that stadium packed.
Especially when you're down, you do not want to be down.
It's a nasty environment, dude. It's a hostile environment. And the same thing at Fenway. When Fenway's full, it's both of the stadiums have an aura about them when it's it's gonna be a good series, man. Ross, I wanna hear what you got to say, bud.
So we've talked about this in the past. I hate teams that can kill you with the death of 1,000 cuts. So we have talked this at length. The two biggest ones that just hurt our soul generally. And it's not even Tampa Bay. It is the New York Yankees and the Astros. What do they do that's really good? They take advantage of the fact that we leave that middle of the outfield open. Chip shot, chip shot, chip shot, get guys on base, and then you get someone up there that can launch that ball out of the stadium. All of a sudden, it turns into a 3-4 run game, and that's all in one inning. That's how dangerous this Astros club is, and I give them all the respect in the world. Again, let's take cheating stuff off the table because I know people in chat are going to bring that up. Let's put it this way: if you're not trying to win every ball game, I really don't want to hear from you. I don't care. I don't care. The Astros are a great ball club. They got fantastic talent. The pitching is solid, and the batting is just stupid. Again, we have to shut them down early.
Again,
there's no choice.
And it's one more thing I want to bring up. Sorry for interrupting you.
Oh, no,
good. This is one more thing I want to bring up. That's why the goddamn Yankees fans can't win shit at all. Because you always worrying about the damn Houston Astros and what we are doing. Instead of, the only way the Yankees can win baseball games, they can just hit it if they hit it out the park. That's the only way they win baseball games. You can't win a baseball game
Dante,
like that.
that's why both of our teams are playing against each other, because what do we do? What do both the Astros and the Red Sox do well?
Make contact with the ball.
We
can hit it out the park.
They situationally can hit the baseball well. If there's a gap in left field, guess what? Vasquez or Bogarts or Devers can hit a line drive to left and bang it off the monster, and that's a lead. You know what I mean? Like, we play situational baseball very, very well, and that's why we're here. None of our, like you just said it. The Astros hit over 260 as a team, right?
Yep.
The Yankees are hitting like 220, 230.
They got strikeout batters across the board.
But that's what I mean. They don't have contact guys. They got home run hitters that hit solo home runs, and they lose games 4-2.
Yep.
4-1. They don't. Teams like that don't play situational baseball. The ones that are left in the playoffs, the final 8 teams that are battling out to represent, you know what I mean? The final teams that are battling it out to represent each other in the ALCS and the NLCS, the teams play situational baseball exceptionally well. Sorry, Ross, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
And
no. Coach.
What I was getting to right there, that wasn't even the part that I was getting to, but I had to bring it up on them Yankees because they seem to worry about the Astros so much instead of worrying about all those strikeout batters that they got. But again, yes, we did what we did in 2017, but at the end of the day, that banner is still hanging up. And the commissioner came out and said that we were the better team. Okay, 2018, we went back to the American League Championship Series. The Astros had injuries, but I didn't make no excuse. Boston was the better team. They were the better team that year. We went back. What we do? 2018, 2019, we go back to the World Series. We lost to the Nationals. Even in the COVID year, we had a terrible season in the COVID year.
Yeah.
What did we do? Minnesota was the best home team all year. We swept them up out of the playoffs. Then Oakland A's, our Division 4, they won a division. We only beat Oakland A's 4 times that year. But guess what we do? We beat them. We beat them when it mattered the most. Mm-hmm. And we almost come back to beat the Rays when we were down 0-3 and made it to the American League Championship Series. This year, we beat the White Sox.
You can make that general statement in sports too. The good teams nut up and play. They play solid. You know, they nut up and they rise to the challenge and they play solid. They play. It doesn't matter whether it's football, baseball, basketball. They play up. They play up to it. They rise to the occasion, and that's what good teams do.
Yep.
And the rest just fall by the wayside.
Yep.
And that's why both of our teams are sitting where they're at, because we know how to manage the big moments, and we know we can handle the big moments when they're thrown at us.
Yep.
Hey, Ricky in here singing Dante's praises like me. This Dante guy's going places.
Big facts. We appreciate him coming on the show too.
Yes,
definitely.
Sir.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for coming on. Just drop your link in the chat.
Like I have the utmost respect for the Astros because with everything they came out from, all the negativity, all the stuff going on, they blocked out the noise. And again, my wife hates your team, not generally because anything like beyond baseball. It's just you guys are
Because
stupid
they're
good when it
freaking
comes down.
good.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's just you guys
Facts.
always like Bobby says. You guys nut up. You guys bring the game every time, Coach.
Yep.
It's perfectly fun. Like I don't like there's like a lot of teams where it's like I hate that team, but they're freaking really good.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's what it is though. It's like it's like you like grit your teeth. You're like, God damn it, I hate this goddamn thing because they're
You gotta
always
respect it.
because they're always there. They're always
Yep.
going to be standing there to be a freaking problem for you. And you know it. Like,
Yep.
that's a good, it's frustrating because you're looking across and you're like, damn it, this is going to be a 6 or 7 game series, isn't it? And you know it
Mm-hmm.
because the other team standing across from you is just as good as you.
Yep. At the end of the day, you just know the Astros are gonna be there, and you know the American League goes through the Houston Astros. You have to get through the Houston Astros if you want to win the World Series. The winner of this series is winning
It's
the
probably
World
winning.
Series.
That's
The
what I
winner
was
of
gonna
this
say
series is
actually.
winning the World Series. That's
Yeah.
who's gonna win the
Probably.
World Series.
Well, we said that earlier in this, we said that earlier and even off, like before we
Yep.
started the stream, we were talking. I mean, Dante, you believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
Ross, I
Definitely.
think you do.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the team that wins the series between the Sox and the Astros. I fully believe is going to win the World Series again, because both of our teams have proved like the. No offense, San Francisco Giants fans, but that team doesn't scare me.
Nope.
Hey,
It
I want to
doesn't. I'm
ask one
sorry.
question. Yeah,
I'm sorry. That
I
team
want
does
to.
not scare me. And the Dodgers, both of our teams have proven that we can beat the Dodgers.
That we can
We
beat
can
them,
beat them.
and we
We've
already have
proven that
beaten
we
them.
can
Yep.
beat them. We've done it before. Both teams have. So,
Now,
like, I think whoever wins this series is going to win the championship. Well,
Yep.
go ahead, Ross.
now,
Bold prediction.
yep. And I only have one question for Coach Dante. When Alex Cora walks into Texas Stadium during the playoffs, much like certain situations like Tom Brady or Bill Belichick, people have, just again, people who've made a name in sport. Do you think
Yeah.
he will be booed or do you think he'll be cheered walking into Astro Stadium?
I mean, I think he should be cheered. I don't think he should be booed at all.
Nope.
I think he should be cheered, man. Like I say, Alex Cora is a great manager. Again, we did what we did in 2017, and it's fortunate, but the guy's a great manager. I think the Astros fans should cheer him on, because, like I say, 2017, our first ever World Series, he was a part of that team, and unfortunately, he had to go. And Boston Red Sox got them a great manager, someone that knows the game of baseball, and I'm very
Mhm.
proud of Alex Cora, the way he's leading this Boston team, and it's an honor to go against him this weekend. And I'll say, me and Bobby always said, like, every time I come in this chat, man, I hope or we talk on Twitter, I hope me and your Astros go against each other, man. And Boston, I respect the hell out of that team. And I'll say again, it's gonna be a fun series. It's gonna go 7,
Mhm.
and again, I
There's
just
no way this does not go 6 or 7
there's
games. There's
no way
no
it
way.
doesn't go. It's no way the series is not gonna. It shouldn't go 6 or 7. I think that's what it's gonna go. I got it going 7 games, and no matter what team wins the game, it's just much respect, man. Because
So,
I respect the hell out of Boston.
final question, Dante, and I think I already know the answer. Which way? How does the series go, and who you got winning?
Of course, I got to go with my Astros in 7, man. Because like I said,
Astros in 7.
I believe, like I said again, the hitting, we won't have any trouble hitting the baseball, and we do a great job of working counts. We do a great job of working counts and extending pitchers at bat. If we can get to that Boston Red Sox bullpen early and
Yep.
knock those starters out of the game, it's gonna be a problem for the Boston Red Sox. And even if the Red Sox, even if our pitchers don't pitch well, we still got a dynamic offense. The
Hmm.
game won't be over because this team even when they down, still work counts. They still know how to hit in clutch situation. They're not afraid of the moment. Like Correa, down 0-2 in the count, down 0-2 in the count. He gets a fastball up. All of a sudden, just a blinking of an eye, the game changed. All of a sudden, just like that, and the White Sox don't score again. Don't score again. Again, we down 6-5. Astros come back the very next inning, score before the White Sox finally can put us away. So again, I believe the hitting is gonna come through. I believe we're a better hitting team. And again, if the Red Sox win, I definitely respect these guys, man. And I'll say we'll win this World Series. We'll win this series. That's just who's gonna come out with the World Series. I don't respect the Yankees. I don't have no love for the Yankees. They still worry about the Houston Astros. To this day, they still can't get out their own goddamn way. And that's why for the next couple of years, they won't be shit. And they always fold up under goddamn pressure. And that's why the Astros and the Red Sox are where they at right now, because you have too many goddamn strikeout hitters. You go get these big time players who strikes out a lot, who can't handle the city of New York. You get Anthony Rizzo. You have a big trading deadline. You get Anthony Rizzo, someone who carried your team for the second half of the playoffs. Anthony Rizzo, when y'all was fit to get y'all behind kicked by the Marlins, Anthony Rizzo consistently belt you guys out the whole entire year, and you guys still came up goddamn short. So I don't want to hear nothing about at least we made the playoffs. No, that's not no playoffs. The real playoffs, it was Boston beat you and played a series. That's the playoffs, not the wild card. The playoffs when Boston played the Rays in a series. That's what I call the playoffs. So the New York Yankees keep worrying about the Astros. And the Astros going to continue to be right here.
Going to keep winning and keep putting you on the couch.
Yeah, and you're going to keep looking on the couch.
There's a reason it's Houston versus Boston.
And the AL is going to continue to go through the Astros and the Boston Red Sox. That's who you guys going to continue to have the trouble with.
So quick! Somebody get Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton some popcorn so they can watch from the couch.
And get Aaron Buffoon some popcorn to sit along with.
No, give him a lifetime.
No, what are you talking about,
contract.
Dante? We need him to sign a lifetime contract so both of our teams can continue to beat them into submission.
Oh man.
But so, Ross, final thoughts and the way the series goes on the Astros and the Sox, and then we're gonna jump into JD. I got some stuff I got to ask you, buddy.
All right, man. Let's get it done.
Okay, last but not least, this is going to be a barn burner. I love this type of baseball. This is going to be the type of baseball where it's going to be a back and forth battle. If our pitching comes in hard and fast, it's going to be a sight to behold. But if our pitching slacks and we start going through pitchers every 2 innings, the Houston Astros are going to take advantage of us. I was there for 3 of the Astros games at Fenway Park. Green Monster side. You know how many times they hit balls my way? They don't care about the Green Monster. They don't care. You know, they when I'm the type of guy, I look at things on the field and during the game. I'm not a huge stats guy, but what I saw from you guys is consistent batting. And then when it mattered most and you guys had guys on base, you guys would just slug. You know, worst possible time. Like, we're 400 against you guys at this point. We're not even breaking even with the Astros. This is going to show whether this team is a true postseason threat or if we're just going to be a pennant chaser, at least for the next, 2 seasons as we continue our rebuild. But I like this game. It's going to be great, and it's great for baseball. It's going to be fun to watch. And I love to see the Astros kind of shove it in everyone's craw a little bit that you guys made it here. Everyone said after 2017, you guys are going to be a joke. You guys are going to fall apart. And it's the same noise we keep getting about the Patriots. But at the end of the day, like the Patriots, like the Astros, you're still here.
We're still
and it's going to be
there.
great baseball to watch.
Oh, dude, let's be honest. The Astros ain't going anywhere anytime soon. That team is good. That team is good, and they're going to be like that for a while. So what do you got, Ross? What do you think?
Again, if our pitching comes to play, and I'm not saying just in 1 or 2 games, the whole time, Red Sox are going to have to pull it off in Game 7. I think we're going to come to a 3-3 matchup. We'll have to shut down your first string of batters, and we're going to have to make you go through your bullpen.
Yep.
If we don't do that, it's going to be Astros by a lot, unfortunately. This is going to hinge on our pitching, both teams, because our biggest weaknesses, unfortunately for both ball clubs, is going to be that bullpen. If we start cycling pitchers, we're going to lose.
Yeah, no doubt. So Sox in 7?
Sox 7. I got to go with my boys. But, again, close games, all of them.
And I'm gonna go same way. I'm gonna go Sox in 7, and but it ain't gonna be easy. And once again, we got to do the exact same thing to beat each other, Dante.
Yep.
We got to take advantage early and often. You know, the Astros got to get up 4-0 by the 4th inning.
Yep.
And the same thing with us. We got to get on those Astro pitchers quick and get a good security blanket of runs for that, just in case, because Houston is just like Tampa. It'll be 5-1 in the 4th inning,
yep,
and you guys will chip away at that. By the 8th inning, it'll be 5-4. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or 5-5. You know, that's just the way the Astros are built. You guys are built to chip away at those leads. You know, with the situational hitting. It's gonna, dude. This is gonna be a battle. I'm here for it. I'm here for all 7 games.
So much fun. So much fun to watch.
I'm here for all 7 games, and I'm gonna say Sox in 7, but it ain't gonna be easy.
Yep.
But it's gonna be a hell of a series, man. This is gonna be one of the best baseball series of the season.
Yep.
Oh yeah, man. It's gonna be good baseball, and most of my baseball is just listening to Bobby's play-by-play. And man, if you haven't checked that out, I swear.
Hey, I'll be doing a lot of play-by-play, and I'm gonna be in Bobby play-by-play. But man, like I say, it's
hell yeah,
excellent.
He does do a lot of
guys,
play-by-play. Dante does great play-by-play.
JD has put Coach Dante's link in the chat.
Absolutely.
So you're going to be doing your call of the game too, right? Correct?
Yeah.
You'll be calling. All right. So make sure y'all swing in
Check
there.
out both.
Swing in there. Drop my dude a like, because he's going to be rooting. He's going to be rooting just like we are for the Astros.
Yep.
Gotta get both sides of it, man.
You gotta get
the sides of it. You gotta get both sides.
Yeah, you gotta get both calls, man. So go and check my dude Dante out on the call while he calls his side of it.
Great episode of Dante. Thanks for having on. Dude, I've been watching Dante for literally years now. Play NBA 2K. I'll just throw him on in the background, and I'll just be doing other stuff and just listening to him play 2K and playing with his friends. It is great. His channel's great.
But so go and check Dante's channel out, guys. He's going to be calling the Astros call of it. So if you're a Houston fan, go and check him out. And it's definitely going to be an interesting series. So let's get into the final topic of the day. JD, I'm going to let you take the lead on this. We're going to go back to Chicago, down the Mass Pike, back into the Windy City. And it's time for some Bulls talk.
Bulls talk. Okay, that's what I thought.
So
Absolutely.
The Bulls get the W again over the Cavaliers. They again the chemistry, dude. They are just building chemistry there in Chicago. It looks good, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Chicago looks pretty good, man. They look good. They look really good. I think Lonzo Ball for you was a seriously good underrated pick. I think he's gonna work out well for you. But I wanted to get your thoughts on the Cavaliers game, and just kind of give me your thoughts on the Bulls. The next game they got against the Grizzlies, and just the season getting started and going forward, and just kind of how are you liking the new look Chicago Bulls?
Oh man, yeah, we've talked about it a lot. First of all, I want to say we also got to get Dante on again. in the future for basketball season when it starts to ramp up a little bit. Because I
during the
think
regular
he's got
season,
a
we'll definitely get back in touch.
absolutely.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, he's definitely he knows a lot about that. But my Bulls, going back to the Bulls, man, they look good. They're like 9 deep at this point. The matchups are going to be incredible. We had Josh from the Sports Free talk about that. Me and him were talking about Kobe White. We were nerding out at how good Kobe White's going to be off the bench. He's going to be one of the best bench players in the entire NBA, period. Like, he's going to be amazing off the bench. And Caruso is a playmaker off the bench, amazing passer, good shooter. We got, like I said, 9 deep, man. If you got 9 solid players that can come out and miss and like create matches for people, you can do anything in this league. Now, do I think that we're gonna make like the ceiling, the absolute ceiling for me is what I'll talk about is the Eastern Conference Finals. It's the Eastern Conference Finals. We're not gonna get past the Eastern Conference Finals, especially if it's Giannis or KD. If it's Giannis or Kevin Durant, we don't have an answer for that. There's nobody on that team at this moment in time, at least that I don't know. The only guy I can think of is Patrick Williams. And Patrick Williams wants to be a star. He just talked to the media about that. They were talking about, like, oh, what's your potential and everything. He's like, dude, I want to give it everything. I want to be the Chicago Bull. For, you know what I mean? He's hyped. So we got a lot of good young guys, and we got Lonzo Ball running the offense, getting everyone involved, changing the tempo. You look at what his little brother does. They are just these two guys are the playmaking brothers. Like, they're like mini Magic Johnsons out there. They create plays all the time. And when you got a guy like Levine, and then you got a guy with potential like Williams, who we talked about as potentially a Kawhi Leonard Jr., and then you got all these other guys, Vucevic, who's an all-star, and like the list goes on and on. DeMar DeRozan, who's like a 10-time all-star. Like, we got all these guys, man. It is stacked. It is going to be a good season in Chicago. And like I said, I don't think we're going to get past – I don't think we're making the finals this year. But this is going to be a statement year for the Bulls and the future of the Bulls.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Definitely. Dante, what did you think of the Bulls offseason? Because they made a lot of moves, man. They brought a lot of guys over.
I think this Bulls team, like I say, I don't believe they're gonna make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. To me, they're still in its playoffs. They got a great DeMar DeRozan, a multiple-time All-Star, who can go to the rim, draw fouls, create in space, creating contact. Zach LaVine is just a superstar stud. He killed the Rockets in the second half last year. I turned off the game when he got hot. When that guy gets hot, you don't want Zach LaVine to get going. It's very rare for a guy that can dunk like that and shoot 40% from the three-point line. Now Zach LaVine got help. You got Vucevic, who's an all-star, who can also shoot from the outside, who's a 20 points per game scorer in Orlando. And you got some good solid pieces, man. You got Alex Caruso, who can do everything, who can shoot, play great defense. And Billy Donovan proves to be a pretty okay head coach. So I'll say, for me, my projection for the Chicago Bulls, now this is a reason they could be more higher, but I gotta see them play throughout the season before I can move them up. I got them no lower than the 6th or 7th seed. Playoff team.
That's fair.
Because I gotta see these guys play. I gotta see these guys play in the regular season instead of they're hot right now.
Gotta see the matchups.
Yes, and it's all about matchup who you get in the playoffs. You don't want to be nowhere in that 7th, the 8th seed, because if you get anywhere between that 7th and 8th seed, you have Milwaukee, you have Brooklyn. So if I'm Chicago, my job is to avoid those two teams right there. And anybody else, probably the Sixers. With Ben Simmons, you definitely can beat the Sixers. But Ben Simmons, you can beat the Sixers. Boston, yes, you can beat them. You can beat Boston. Atlanta,
I like our chances, but I'd give Atlanta the edge.
The New York Knicks, I definitely like the Bulls' chances against the New York Knicks, but my projection for them is 7th and 6th seed. I think they're going to be a playoff type of team, and it's nice to see that Zach LaVine finally got some help. He got two all-stars basically on that team, in Vucevic and DeMar DeRozan, that knows how to win. And Vucevic is a 20-point per game scorer. And Caruso, someone that has a championship pedigree, that knows how to
True.
win. And Lonzo Ball, who's one of the best playmakers in all of basketball. And he improved his 3-point shot. So I like the Chicago Bulls. I think they're going to make the playoffs. But I'm going to get them around 6-7. 6-7. That's my
That's
prediction
fair.
for them.
They haven't been in the playoffs in a while, so I
I
could
tell
see
you
that.
one thing though, they're not going to be an easy out. Whoever they
No.
play in the first round, they're going to give them hell. The Bulls are not going to be an easy out.
They have energy, man. They have energy and they have skill. That's that energy cannot be underrated either, and especially in the playoffs. Anyway, yeah, interesting stuff. I'm really hyped for the regular season. I'm very excited.
The
mean,
Bulls are this is going to be the best Bulls team I think the Bulls
Since
fan
D-Rose.
seen in a while. In a while.
At least like 8 years, I think, or well, maybe 2014. So 7 or 8 years. It's been a while since it was
That's what I mean. This is going to
been a
be the
bit.
most talented Bulls team they've seen in a while.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it's
Hey,
exciting.
can I take 2 seconds to talk about that Bulls Cavs game? What a barn burner! What a barn burner! This came down to literally free throws and rebounds
Yeah,
that won this.
it was
game.
close.
And when people talk about defenses win championships, this is one of those perfect examples. When everything is even, but you play better defense, you control the boards, and you get your free throws off when you get it. Like, look at this. The Bulls are 19 for 22 at the free throw line.
Yeah,
Their
I mean,
rebounds.
all the little
52.
things, and that was Ball's biggest issue. And it's funny, I haven't paid this much attention to the preseason in years, man. Like it's
Fundamental
interesting.
basketball, fundamentals win games. If you're fundamentally sound on the court, you have a shot at winning the game. If you don't make mistakes and the other team does and you capitalize, you're more than likely going to win the game.
Don't beat yourself.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Don't beat yourself. Don't let you know what I mean?
Coach, when you think about that stat line, just the defense, and when it comes to a one-score game, how does it make you feel when you see proper mechanics wins ball games like that?
I mean, I love it, man. Like I say again, I love it because I'm a basketball coach as well, and my favorite sport is basketball. So that's
Me
the
too.
sport I'm a diehard fan in. But I'm everything. I love football because I coach the game of football. So I'll say
Sure.
again, it is key, man. Like I say, it's a very good game. If the game definitely comes down to free throws and defense, that shows you how close the game is, how competitive the game is. And again, I love this Bulls team. I like this Bulls team. And to answer cool genius question about Boston, I got Boston right around the 6th seed right there, or I wouldn't be surprised if they're being 8th right now. So I got Boston between 6 and 8 seed. I got New York in the playoffs. I got New York in the playoffs at number 5 area. But like I said, I love this Bulls team. I think they're gonna be between 7th and 6th for Chicago. Uh, their ceiling to me is playoffs. If they can make the playoffs, they'll be good. But if they get the right matchup, they also can get past the first round. If barring matchups, if they get the matchup they can get. But also, this is a good step for them because you can also attract free agents to come play with Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan as well. So this is a big year for Chicago. Uh, and I really like the way what they're doing in the preseason, and I just can't wait to watch them because I'm going to be watching them a lot. I may be doing some of their games on the network and on my channel because I do got the NBA League Pass, so I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on Chicago. And I think this is a fun team to watch. This is going to be a fun team to watch. I think their defense is going to be good. Coach Billy Donovan is a great defensive minded head coach. And having DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine as a superstar of the team, and Caruso with that championship experience in that locker room, and Lonzo Ball, who's one of the best playmakers and also got an improved shot. I think everything is going well for the Chicago Bulls right now.
Oh yeah,
No
I'm
doubt,
excited
man.
about it. You said it best.
Basketball this season for the NBA is going to be interesting because a lot of teams a lot of teams had some really good offseason moves. So
Yep.
I think we're gonna see not like we're gonna see a handful of teams this year that are gonna be battling it out for those top spots. It's gonna be a really, really good season.
Yep.
Hey, Coach, quick
Yep.
thing.
Yes,
Who's your
sir.
team of choice out of Texas? Who's your team?
I'm a diehard Rockets fan. Diehard Rockets, Texans, Astros.
Ooh,
Diehard Rockets fan.
wow.
Who's the Rockets' best player? Is it Porter?
For right, no, Christian Wood is the Houston Rockets
Oh
best
yeah, I
player.
would. Thank you.
Christian Wood is the
Okay,
Houston Rockets best player. Kevin Porter Jr. is an
of
up and
course.
coming stud in this league.
From
I really
Detroit,
like the
yeah.
guy. Remind me, he doesn't play like James Harden. He's a little version of James Harden.
He's
He
a
can
scorer
shoot,
though.
dribble. Jalen Green is going to be something special. He's gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
he's gonna have be some
oh
inconsistencies
yeah.
this year. But you watch that kid,
I forgot
Jalen
about that.
Green. That guy's
Okay.
gonna be fun to watch. That guy, Jalen Green, is gonna be fun to watch. I like the addition of Daniel Tice.
Oh yeah,
I
Tice.
like the addition of him. Jay Sean Tate is a pit bull. He'll harass you on defense. David Nawaba, he was playing very good last year before he hurt his wrist last year. He was playing very good, and he brought energy. He's physical. He guards opposing team best player. The
Hmm.
Rockets got a direction to go in. I like Steven Silas as a good coach. We're gonna have some struggles this year. Um, and like I say, I mean, this Rockets team got a bright future with Jalen Green, KJ Martin, Kenyon Martin's son, can
Ooh.
jump out the gym
Oh
and
Mm-hmm.
block
yeah,
shots.
Yeah,
But
no
Texas
Kenyon
doubt,
Martin's
no
A&M,
son.
doubt.
that guy is that guy is fun. KJ Martin, you watch that guy. That guy's a high flyer. That guy blocked just about every 7 footer dunk that you can even name. But this guy's gonna be a stud. So I like the future of this young Rockets team. They're gonna be something special to see down the road.
We'll definitely have to do
They're
more NBA
definitely
this
the
season.
Rockets are definitely building towards something really good in the next couple of seasons. They
Yeah,
are. They got a lot of good. They have a lot of really good young talent there. That if it develops in the way it
yeah,
should, they're gonna once again they're gonna be dangerous again.
yeah.
Hey, quick thing, guys. Since we are running really well on schedule, 10 minutes beforehand, after our predictions, you guys want to do a quick dive into the Rockets?
we
I mean, he kind of just did, but I mean, yeah. What are your predictions for their season? You think they're going to be
What do you think, Dante? How do you think they'll do
in the
this year?
playoffs at all?
No, I don't think we're gonna make the playoffs. I don't think we're
Yeah.
gonna make the playoffs. But I would love to see some improvement. I see some improvement around 25 to 24 wins. That would be an improvement to me. We had 17 wins all of last year. The James Harden
Baby steps.
debacle. The James Harden debacle was just a mess. He clearly, I didn't like the way how he treated Coach Steven Silas. How he didn't give him a chance. I just didn't like the way Houston gave him everything that he ever wanted. And the moment the Houston Rockets said no to him, he all of a sudden wanted out. That speaks about his character more. And again, I just thought he should have just gave Coach Steven Silas a chance. We had injuries. Eric Gordon, I think we're going to trade him during the season. He's clearly don't fit the Rockets timeline. I like the way they're handling John Wall, and John Wall is
Yeah.
coaching up these young players. I like the way he's being professional, but they clearly on the same page because like he doesn't fit the Rockets timeline. The Rockets want to rebuild. John Wall wants to win a championship in his career,
Right.
and that doesn't fit John Wall, and the Rockets doesn't fit him what he wants. And the Rockets are nowhere in championship contender right now, especially in the tough Western Conference. Um, I think I want. We had 17 wins last year. If we can get to about 25 to 24, I see some improvement. I don't want to see 18 wins or 19 wins because to me that's not an improvement. To me, I want to see some more improvements, and we can show these guys that we can improve more. That may attract some free agents to come to Houston and say, look at this Jalen Green guy. Look at this Michael Porter Jr. guy. Look at Christian Wood, who's a 20-point per game score and an 11 rebound per game person. You may attract a couple of veteran free agents to come to Houston and build this culture up so far. So I like the way that Raphael Stone has done getting these first round picks in the first round. I think Josh Christopher is going to be a defensive menace. That guy's been very good. And Shangoon, again, this guy's a big body. He can post up. He also can shoot, and he just needs to focus. His real weakness is finishing over taller defenders, and Shangoon's got to he's gonna improve on that. But again, man, I see the Rockets winning 25-24 games. That will be an improvement for last year from the 17 wins that we got last year.
Got to take what you can get. And with John Wall, like I'm looking at this contract here. I pulled it up, and it's $44 million this year, $47 million next year. And that's for a guy who's at best, a top 20, 15 guard in this league with such a strong guard league.
Yeah.
No one's going to take that contract. So what do you do with that? With $80 million on the table, do you buy him out, or what do you think?
Nah, I don't think the team will buy him
Let it
out
roll?
because I don't think they will. I think they're just all right of just sending him down, not letting him play another game, and just wait to see what team is gonna take him, and just be patient and see what team is gonna take him. Because
God, I bet
it's
the
gonna be
Lakers want him so bad.
It's gonna be some team that's gonna gamble on him. If they're gonna need a point guard in playoff contention, it's gonna be a team that's gonna take a gamble on him. So the best thing for the Rockets is just sit back and wait. I don't see Raphael Stone or Tillman Fertitta, just buying out that contract, like paying him $44 million just to walk and find him another team where he can.
So you think he has to ball out first? Maybe go out there and drop 25, 8-8, and then maybe the Celtics take a swing at it.
But the problem is he's not playing another game for Houston. He's not dressing up anymore for Houston. He's not playing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So that's why they're trying to sit back and wait to find the right deal for him.
I don't think anyone's gonna
gamble. A team is gonna get desperate
you think
enough
so?
to gamble. Yeah,
It
I
might.
think the team is gonna gamble on him. A team that's in playoff contention.
It'll be interesting to keep an eye on. That's a story we want to keep an eye on for I-90 Sports.
Yeah,
we will definitely have to keep following that for sure and see where that goes.
It's $80 million for 2 years on the table. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of
That's a lot of money, man. It's actually like 85 million or something like that. So it's quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Anyway,
Dante, man, thanks for coming on, man.
Dante,
we appreciate it. This was awesome, dude. Well, we are definitely going to have to get you back on when the NBA we'll let the NBA season kick off and we'll get it into full swing, and then we'll definitely bring you back on for sure, man.
We'll have to talk about that a lot.
This was a lot. This was good, man. This was a lot of fun. Well done, guys. Once again, another great show.
And do we?
So for those of you who are listening,
what's up?
One last, could JD, can you or Coach, if you can't drop his link back in the chat so people know where they can get at Dante at.
Yeah.
So I'm dropping it right now. I-90 Sports Talk that's Dante's channel. He plays games on there. He talks sports, play-by-play, pretty much everything you can imagine on his channel about sports. He's truly a passionate fan, and a lot of interesting stuff, man. Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, man, I appreciate.
So we are, for those of you guys who are listening to the live show, or did he leave? Oh, Dante left. He didn't have to leave.
I didn't mean to. Anyway, he might have had to go, but if you had to go, Dante, thank you again, bro.
Yeah,
we really appreciate you, man. You're the best. And his
Legend.
channel's in the chat. If he comes back, then great. But otherwise, yeah, good to see you, my man.
So if you're watching on the, if you're listening or if you're listening to the playback, guys, we will be up on iHeart. What is iHeart, right, JD? So we'll be up on iHeartRadio with the episode 14. If you're listening on iHeart, we broadcast the live show on Beantown Breakdown over on YouTube, and then JD cuts up the segments. So he's got the I-90 Sports Talk channel. That is where you can find the chopped up and edited version of each segment of the episodes. So if you're looking for a specific segment, that is the channel on YouTube that has all of the edited and cut up versions of the different segments that we do. Once again, the live show is broadcast on Beantown Breakdown. Ross, thank you, buddy, for hanging in with us. That was as usual, thank you for the production value. Appreciate that. 10s across the board on that.
Absolutely.
Again, fun for an old man to be able to write again. That's all.
Absolutely, man. We really appreciate it. You did such a great job. And one thing I just want to say about the iHeartRadio, not all the episodes are going to be up yet. It took me a while to figure out the right RSS feed, but by the end of probably the next few days, you'll see all the episodes up. And then from here on out, just if you want to just listen to us in the car, iHeartRadio, that's IHER or EART radio, obviously, and then that's I-90 Sports Talk, and you will see one of the logos that Bobby always puts on there. But yes, check us out on iHeartRadio for sure.
But that is where it's up, and that is where the replay of the show is up, and then it is on
Live, yep, on the
broadcast
channel.
live here. And like I said, if you want to share a specific segment, like if you want to put it out on your Twitter, you want to just share it with friends. JD does the editing of it, and he has the I-90 Sports or I-90 Sports Talk channel, which all of the segments for each episode. They're chopped up, so they're in the specific each bracket that you want. And you could just share whatever segment you want. But we greatly appreciate all of the support again, guys. Channels continuing to grow, both of them, and we couldn't either one of us guys couldn't do it without you guys. With the fans of this channel have been awesome. Once again, Ross, thank you for the production value of the show, buddy. Ross put together the script tonight, guys. He's been a great help to the channel. Appreciate that, buddy. Once again, thank you.
Guys, it was fun, and I look forward to your Bills beating up on the Grizzlies, JD, because I definitely predict their win.
What was it? Oh, the Bulls beating up on the Grizzlies?
The Bulls beating up on the Grizzlies.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I hope so. It depends on how well we play John Moran. Is that the season opener?
I believe
so. It is.
Oh, that's a good season opener.
I think
oh, my God. I can't wait for that one. All right. I'm excited, man. But this has been episode 14. It's been amazing. So this has been a great episode. Thank you.
Yeah, once again, so Dante's in the chat. Thank you again, buddy. Appreciate you. It was a lot of fun, and you will definitely be a reoccurring guest, man. It's that is definitely an invite back for sure. We will definitely have you back on. We'll talk some basketball for sure. But thanks again, Ross. Thank you, buddy, thank you for everything that you do for the show. It is greatly appreciated. JD, as always.
Bear the fuck down, boys. Let's go, Packers week.
Let's go, Pats, and let's go, Red Sox. We will see all of you guys tomorrow night for game 1 of the ALCS. 8 wins away, Red Sox Nation. 8 wins away. Let's go. And we are out of here, guys. Thanks again. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. See you Friday night. Let's go.
Bear down.
Let's go.